near and far. Wrestling dreams, love's little scars. Yeah, we're laughing under midnight stars. Take a seat, unwind, let it flow. This is our time, let the stories glow. Midnight confessions. Ooh yeah, mama's time to shine. No stressing, no stressing. Sip that tea, feel the vibe, let's talk it out. Come alive, come alive. From late night snacks to love sweet fight, wrestling matches life spotlight. Yeah, we hold it down, we make it right, but here we laugh under moonlight. Take a breath, let go, let it show. Mama's groove, let the good vibes go. Midnight confessions. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Mama's time to shine. No stressing, no stressing. Sip that tea, feel the vibe, let's talk it out. Come alive, come alive.
Welcome, welcome. I am joined by several lovely ladies tonight for our all women's wrestling panel. Tanisha will be coming, so don't worry. I know you're wondering where she is, but I'm Kiara, and welcome to Midnight Confessions. I'll be Tanisha and tell you you are now entering the sister camp. Super excited. We got a huge show for you guys today. We're joined by these lovely ladies who I will let introduce themselves shortly so that you know exactly who is hanging out with us today. But before we get started, I want to remind you this is your moment to hit that subscribe button on wherever you are currently seeing us. We are streaming on TikTok. We are streaming on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, and welcome to our new Twitch family. We are also streaming on Twitch. And with that, I'll let you guys introduce yourself. We're going to start with Stacy.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. Y'all, I'm Stacy from the Executives View team. We are on all the same socials. We are starting our Twitch soon, so I'm excited about that. And I'm the only lady on a team of guys giving the women's perspective. So I'm excited to be with other ladies this evening. I just can't wait to get into it.
Happy to have you. Happy to have you. Candace, want to introduce yourself?
Surely. Hi, guys. I'm Candace. I am not a podcaster or content creator, but I am a big wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid. I am a frequent, I'm frequently in the chats of Main Event Mamas. I love this show. And so when there was an opportunity to be on the all women panel, I decided to jump at it. So I'm excited.
We are happy to have you. And welcome back to our next guest.
Hey everybody, it's me, Russell Faith. I am 1/3 of Acknowledge the Dynasty podcast, where we talk about, honor, and give flowers to the NY Fatu dynasty. And yeah, I'm excited to be here and get into these midnight confessions. You're muted, Kiara.
I said we're excited to have you. I was trying to get it to work with something else that's not working. So we'll just fix the audio and post-production as usual. No worries. So with that, there's so much we want to cover. One of the things we wanted to do is just kind of celebrate Women's History Month, right? And so we thought it would be a fun time to get everyone together because we're still on this road to WrestleMania. We just finished Revolution. There's a lot going on. So it was really important to have the female perspective we feel out there. Because some of us love AEW and some of us love WWE, and some of us, like me, is fit somewhere in the middle. Depends on what day it is and what I'm watching. So before we enter the confessions, you know what time it is. It's time for our truth serum. Now we're going to go around. And the people in the audience, y'all know we welcome you too. Y'all got to tell us what y'all drinking on tonight. Let us know. Stacey?
Well, of course, I brought what gets me through the day and night. It's my dirty fridge cig. It's my Diet Coke with coconut and lime, because Mama has to have that caffeine and that little extra juice to get through the day. So that's,
Yes,
and also my Albanese gummies, because that's what I do on a podcast.
Ooh, okay.
That was
Okay.
good.
All right, Candace and Miss Faith, what y'all drinking on?
I have sparkling water,
Mhm.
and I also have a glass of Pinot Noir. It's my favorite. So,
Oh, okay.
Fancy. Okay. All right, Faith, what we drinking?
You know, I love having my peach ring when I come on this show, my little peachy drink, but couldn't get it this time. So I'm doing a little like cherry vanilla vodka situation.
Mm.
You know what? I love this for you. Now, typically I'm the sober one, which means like I guess Tanisha need to hurry up. But until then, I am drinking a Smirnoff sourced light wine cooler because that's all she can handle today.
Nice.
That's where we are.
Nice.
That's where we are. So with that, oof, y'all know we have so many things to start with. I don't know where to start because there's so much that happened this week that I think we need to enter the confessions booth. I think that's where we need to go first.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Welcome. I know. Faith knows this confessions booth is serious. I mean, this is a safe space. We expect real confessions, but you will not be judged too harshly on anything you say here. It will not be used against you in a court of law. Don't admit to any crimes, just in case.
please don't.
All right, so I want to start with a really fun question. You guys, I want to know when you started watching wrestling, right? So what was the hook that made you a fan?
I'll go. It was my great grandmother. One thing she was really big on was family bonding time. And so she kind of kept me and my sister on a structured routine that encompassed all these healthy areas of life. But one day she was watching Monday Warzone. Do y'all remember the Warzone? It would be at the very end of Monday Night Raw, and it was like when they got to be a little off script, act a little crazy. And it all the time I saw Stone Cold on there. That's how I fell in love with Stone Cold. But that's how I fell in love with wrestling. Sitting with my grandma, watching her yell at folks, throw popcorn at the TV, seeing my grandma, who is this very like poised and pillar in the community, so to speak, just get loose and crazy. I was like, yes, I'm here for this. Let's do it. But that's how I fell in love with wrestling.
Okay. I mean, Stone Cold, who could not? I mean, that was the time. It was a time, and I enjoyed it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I'll jump in. I have been watching wrestling since birth. My grandpa, my poppy came to Chicago from Puerto Rico. He brought my dad and all of his 13 siblings to Northern Indiana to get a better life. And he learned how to speak English from taking the train into Chicago to go to Saturday night wrestling matches. So growing up, I'm an Osabo Puerto Rican, so I don't speak Spanish, but my dad and grandpa would watch wrestling, the regional wrestling, and take us to shows. And that was my connection to my poppy. So it's a legacy for me to know that my grandfather learned to speak English from his love of wrestling. So growing up, that's what we did. We would always talk about wrestling. I remember sitting in his little house, and we would make sure we traveled to see them on wrestling show nights so we could watch it together. And so it's kind of a full circle moment for me to be here. And wrestling and WWE and I broke up for a while. My love is on my shirt. He is.
I'm gonna fight you for him, Stacey.
You got great taste. Great taste.
Ma'am.
So being there, and then wrestling and I broke up for a little while, but we're back together and we're happily ever after now. So it's just the legacy for me. I don't think there's one person. It's just knowing that I'm passing to my sons what my poppy gave to me. So I look at wrestling as my legacy, and that's why I'm here.
I love that.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. All right, Candace, your turn. Next up.
Okay. I can't even remember the age. I feel like same, like since birth. My dad was we lost my dad in 2008, but he was a huge wrestling fan. He got myself and my brother, so I just always watched wrestling with my dad and my brother, and that's something that my brother and I continue since I've moved back to Chicago. Every PLE, I'm at his place watching them, and so that's just our bond together. I don't know, for me it's just a place of like familiarity. Almost, I don't know, it's just like it just makes me feel like warm and cozy. I think some people don't understand, and that's fine. I've gotten to the point where I don't even explain it anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I like wrestling. It's my thing. And it's also sort of like this bond I get to, I'm not like kind of speechless, but it's just a bond that I have with my brother. Like we're talking after SmackDown or Monday Night Raw and having like 30, 45-minute conversations. And so it's just something I've always watched, and something I did take a break for a bit, but it's something that I hope to continue to watch as long as the product remains pretty good.
Yep.
I get it. I mean, I identify with all of you in a way, right? Like y'all know our story. We started probably at birth, definitely on both sides of my family, my dad and my mom's side. My aunt was obsessed with wrestling and movies on both sides. So, I mean, entertainment was kind of our thing. And then on my dad's side as well. So we just grew up watching all the shows, whether it was scrambled or not. We saw it, and therefore we're involved in all the pay-per-views that maybe we couldn't afford at the time. Okay, we're back. I'm not really sure what happened. Sorry, y'all. Tanisha brought the energy and apparently a blackout with her. So never has happened before, but here we are. So, crazy work. All right, so we were just talking about when we fell in love with wrestling and with whom. And you know my story. HBK all day, every day. Deeply. Deeply. So every picture on my wall was, we had stories. You're going to have to revisit our first few episodes because I'm not going to tell that embarrassing thing. All right. So, Tanisha, I want to give you the opportunity. You want to dive into when you fell in love with wrestling really quick, even though I know we talked about it a little bit before, but let's just share it with the ladies. And then also, what was the hook that made it, part of your life?
I feel like I had no choice but to like wrestling. So I don't know if I was like, oh, this is what I want to do as a kid. But I will say, my favorite wrestler was Macho Man, and especially Elizabeth. I love me some Miss Elizabeth. Okay, so she could do no wrong in my eyes, none. And But what I can say is what made me come back to wrestling after my hiatus would be women's wrestling, Total Divas, especially Naomi. I was very keen on Naomi and Cameron, but I was really like taken away, and I was just like, oh yeah, no, I need to watch it again because clearly it's not what it was when I left it. So that was what I would say is what really brought me back to wrestling as an adult. It was a choice.
See, this time you made a decision. You made a action to actually start watching it. I also want to just call it to our chat. Welcome, guys. We see you. We will be bringing you into the conversation. Don't worry. I saw that previous confession about Ronda. Don't worry. The streets will be talking soon, and we'll get into that. But before we do that, I do want to bring this up because 07 TNA was a time. And even though I wasn't totally into wrestling at that time, I do remember our brother Kamal definitely coming to me talking about all these wrestlers being in TNA. And then, of course, AJ Styles and Sting. And I was like, what is happening? I didn't quite understand what was going on at the time, but he gave me a nice brief on the fun that was. So, all right. Next question. We're going to get into some deeper things. So I'm going to ask you guys, which promotion owns your heart? Because, we don't support tribalism, but we acknowledge that it exists. We acknowledge it. And then let's start with the promotion, and then we'll talk about what was it about that particular promotion that made you realize you had to, like, lean in. Do I start with AEW? Do y'all want me to do it? I'm happy to start and tell y'all.
I was muted.
I was like, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth. No. Go ahead, Faith. Do you have a favorite?
Okay, so WWE is the home because that's where I fell in love with it. And that you don't forget your first love. You may break up from time to time, have disagreements. But I'm gonna say I want to say TNA too, though, because the first time I saw Black Snow, if y'all know, you know.
Let me know. Hold on. Let me know. I want to know
who that is. And
Booker T.
If Faith says you know, you should know.
Apparently, we gonna need to know. I'm gonna know in a minute. Hold that thought. Go ahead.
I'm telling y'all right now, y'all need to go back to TNA. I think it was like 2008-ish, 2009. Black Snow, Booker T. Black Snow.
That was Booker.
Oh, really? He was Black Snow?
Right.
Oh, okay. I guess I gotta go back and look. I don't know. That sounds interesting.
Y'all familiar with Black Snow out there? Y'all go ahead and let us know in the comments, please. Drop that in.
He wore a red robe, which was lined with like leopard print. And he talked, yes, a Black Snow. That's how he used to talk. And he would commentate while he was beating somebody up in the ring.
Oh, I did see clips.
I do remember that now.
Did see clips, and he was like, "Oh no, he's hitting him with the right hand." Bah.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody send me some clips.
I'll send you some clips. So I've definitely seen it. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, I've seen that. I didn't realize that was his name.
I didn't realize it either.
That infamous clip, I don't think people realize, but that's Xavier Woods getting done up.
What?
Oh, no.
At that time, he was going by Austin Creed, and you hear Booker T say, "I'm kicking that black boy, Austin Creed," and I
got homework.
So y'all know how he sings Joe Hendry's song on NXT?
Yes,
that's how he would talk as Black Snow. Like Charmel was still with him at that time, and she was sitting in commentary with him, and he just out of the blue, out of nowhere, just looked at her and was like, "I can't wait to get you home. I'm gonna sop you up a little bit." I was like, okay.
Well,
This is
one
where
thing he did do was love his wife. I ain't gonna lie. That man
Okay.
loved his wife. Okay.
But I would say I love WWE, but TNA, I was rocking with them for a very long time when I wasn't rocking with WWE.
I'm going back to the vault. I mean, we got TNA Plus, so I'm going back to the vault. Going back. 2000.
It's so worth it.
I'm ready.
It's so worth it.
All right. All right, Stephanie. Stacy. I'm sorry. I'm calling you Stephanie now. Stacy.
I mean, it beginning, middle, end. It's WWE for me. I know we talked about this before. It's my intentional time, right? It's my time. It's my family time. Probably the blue brand's what brought me back.
Okay.
But I mean, my love forever is the red brand. I love WWE. I will start. I'm making a promise, Kira. I told you this. I'm going to start DVRing AEW to get into it because I think that there's a lot to be said, and then I'm gonna get into TNA as well. And then I don't know what my husband's gonna do at that point because
He's gonna be like my husband and be like, listen, you just need to carve out some time for me with snow wrestling.
That's right.
Or you could be like me and drag him and be like, guess what? Guess where we're going today, honey? To an independent show.
Oh yeah, we're definitely a family of wrestling fans. They're all new, so I always have to remind them. You know, I know we'll talk about this with Randy, but like when he turned last week, it took me about 6 months to like him when he was a face because I remember old school Randy and I hated him. So now we're back to that, but
we're gonna get into our daddy issues and why I love heels. For sure.
Yes, I love that.
I like heels. That's no problem here. All right, Tanisha, I'll let you go.
Well, I'm gonna just say WWE only because I remember when TNA first came, I just actually, you know what? Yeah, no, because no, I don't know. I felt like TNA was a bunch of rejects. I ain't gonna lie. So I didn't really watch it.
That's how it was described to me. So
I mean, it was just like, oh, you don't want us no more, so we're gonna join our own thing. And you're like, oh, and then Jeff Jarrett had the whole belt for like forever, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? You just made a band so you can be the champion forever? Like, that ain't no fun either. And then Hulk Hogan, Brooke, it was just a lot going on at that time. So I was just like I would dibble and dabble. But that was also when I wasn't watching WWE when they were doing dibble and dabble. But ultimately, I would say WWE because it's what I grew up on, other than ECW and WCW. So it was like I haven't I don't even want to lie. I would say I'm trying to get in AEW, but Candace knows and Kiara knows. And if you ever watch this show, y'all should know. Me and AEW not
people
rock. Okay, and especially after that pay-per-view, I don't know.
No spoilers.
I'm not doing no spoilers. Well, all I can tell you is I do remember saying, is that what I think it is? I know you lie. And then I was like, I'll be back. And I walked away. Came back and said, oh no, what is that? Oh no, why is that necessary? Do I need to watch that happen to your head? I don't know. So, so I'm going to tell you this, Stacy. Don't let me persuade you or not persuade you in any direction. But if you want to be like me, I welcome you to the club. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. After seeing it, I think if you're saying what I think I saw on a clip, I was like, I don't know that I can watch that with my kids. I don't know that my 11-year-old.
AEW, no, that's definitely not for kids. I don't even know how they let kids watch that because I'd be like,
yeah.
Listen, people. Okay.
I'm saying
we watched way worse than that when we were growing up, and I'm not saying it's right, but we did. Okay.
I mean, do I remember that? Not really.
Assaults, like various crimes, did we see on wrestling when we were?
I plead the fifth. I'm
true.
talking about today, now, in live in the flesh.
Yes,
I don't agree with that statement.
Thank you.
I want to put it up.
A little exhausting, but it's fun. It's unpredictable.
It is.
Okay. Do you know how long that pay-per-view was? Until 1:00.
That's why I said it's exhausting. It can be pretty
No,
exhausting.
no, it was
Like,
yes. So Stacey, yes, it was till 1 o'clock, and it started at what time, Kai? Like 7,
Nope.
6? I don't
Getting involved in this.
even know. It was till 1.
It was very long, admittedly, because I definitely fell asleep and had to watch the other half
It
today because I got busy.
Okay, I'm just saying
That's
it
a
was.
shame.
I was
I
exhausting.
barely have time to watch a boxing pay-per-view that's that long. There's no way I could also do a wrestling pay-per-view that long.
it was an experience. And if it hadn't, listen, it started late, and then like I didn't take a nap that day. Like I needed time. Like I need to prepare myself to stay up for 6 additional hours. And then as it got bloodier and bloodier, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just close my eyes for a minute. But I did finish it. I will tell you guys, I did finish it, and I committed to that. Candace, what you got?
I mean, I do like AEW, but I would say that WWE has my heart. I think I'm a little bit, because I've been watching it longer, I think I'm a little bit more invested potentially in it. So I'll say WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say WWE. But I do like AEW. But like I said, it can be exhausting time-wise, and the intensity or the level of the matches or the brutality of the matches can be exhausting as well. So I get it.
Yeah,
But it's still fun.
It is. Thank
That's
you.
it. That is right there, Candace. Right on the nose. That is where we are. Yes. Yes.
Anyhow. Anyway, I'm gonna say NXT because
Okay.
funny enough, when I started watching wrestling again, I started watching NXT kind of first. Because it was during the pandemic era, I was just kind of like, I'm not sure what's going on here. There's lots of people I didn't know, didn't understand. But NXT at that time had just done this transition. And once, back when we had the good old days, WWE Network, I just lived on NXT for that entire first year of the pandemic. I was like, what is this magic? Why did I not know it existed? That has probably been the one consistent thread throughout my new love of wrestling. Obviously, initially I started with WWE. I loved me some ECW, probably because I was watching it and I was a teenager and my mom had no idea that I was watching this. And, who doesn't love the forbidden fruit? And then WCW was around, and then, they weren't. So I kind of felt like this is what started our kind of love affair. Or when I say us, I mean me and my brother, because we watched every single thing we can get our hands on. And our father was huge on old school wrestling. We saw wrestling from Japan. We saw death matches. I mean, you name it, we've seen it, which is why I was like, y'all, we've seen way worse. We've seen way worse. Ric Flair was bloody every single time you saw him. Literally.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nothing bleed like that before in my life.
That man.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I don't know.
did she close again? You don't know? I hear you. But anyway, that's right. WWE is the good old days. The network, back before, we had to spend all this money. I need a job just for a job.
Right.
So expensive.
Anyway.
Look, I should not have to consider going to dance on the pole so I can watch.
Listen.
I should not have to consider going out here and just moving. So I should not have to do that.
You know what, Faith?
Should not have to do that.
Right.
We over here. I understand. We over here like, who gonna pay for this? I need help. I work a lot of jobs, but we can't keep giving all that to, I got children to support, I was
Right.
like, hold that thought, guys. So yeah, back in the old days where it was enjoyable and all the money was going to WWE. So really, y'all could have just done a solid, kept it where it was. Anyway, so now I'm going to talk to the people who are specifically creators, because I would love to know what inspired you. So make sure you mention your podcast, because we didn't do that at the top. So mention your podcast and where we can find you, but also tell me what got you started and what made it interesting or good for you to start this platform. What do you like about it?
Well, I started I mean, I've loved wrestling for a long time, and it started with a conversation with my brother, my friend Aaron, and we just started talking about wrestling. He's like, "Wait a minute, you like wrestling?" I was like, "No, I love wrestling." And he said, "Well, we our team was already doing a sports podcast, and they were just launching their wrestling podcast." And he said, "Wait, we need a perspective. We need a woman's perspective. Why don't you come in?" And I think from having long drawn out wrestling conversations that led to you have a voice, come on. And once I got here, and that's why I love being here with y'all, because I love to know, because before social media, I didn't know there was as many other women that loved wrestling like I do. So I felt like I was always the circle in a square peg.
That's right.
And coming together and getting on a social platform and then connecting to other women, we have such a relevant voice in this space. And being able to be a part of something that to me is so magnificent and so needed and necessary, to see that women, we get it, right? We left for a while because of the bras and the panties and all the things that we were objectified to. And now we can watch the women we love have their own voice, and we can talk about it and have our own voice about that too. And so that's where it came for me, was being able to say, we've all been here. It's not like we've all been watching because a boyfriend told us about it a couple years ago.
Right.
Every one of us have our whole life story. And so I love that we all have a space and share that space, so that we have generations of young girls. One of the guys in our podcast, two of the guys have daughters, and to hear them at their young ages talk about their love of Rhea Ripley and talk about having all of these amazing women role models, that for us, it was different. We had them, but they had to objectify. And so I love being able to share this space with women that truly understand that we're relevant, and what we share is relevant.
Clock it. All right, go ahead. Stacey. Stacey. All right, Faith, you tell me your story. Ooh, clock it, Stacey. All right.
I know. How do I follow that? I'm like, what do I say now?
That's okay.
Really, for me, it started from, again, much like Stacey, a conversation with my sister's confusion on how I could enjoy wrestling. And one night I was like, look, let's do this. Let's get some food. Let's get some wine. Come over. Let me show you and talk to you about why I love wrestling. And then we'll see how you feel about it. And so she came over. We had some wine. We had good food. And this was after I came back from a breakup with WWE. So, of course, I started with the bloodline story with her, because who don't like looking at beautiful Samoan men? Me.
Oh, man. Hallelujah.
Okay.
Be the one. We acknowledge it. We do here. Take a moment.
And so I sat there and I explained everything to her, and she was like, hold on. She was like, you know way more. You are so enthusiastic about it. You need to either start going on YouTube and build you a channel around this, or if you're not ready to do that yet, find a podcast that is looking for a member. I don't know if they audition roles for the podcast. I don't know what you got to do, but she's like, she's like, I still don't like it. I still don't understand. She's like, these are some good looking men, but I don't get it. Why are you so invested in it? But she's like, why don't you find a podcast? And I thought about it for a really long time. And then I came across Acknowledge the Dynasty, which I am now a member of. So I went to their Twitter spaces. They were only on Twitter then. And I was like, hold up, they're all women? Every single one of them? And it wasn't just one ethnicity, it's diversity there, right? And I was like, okay. Then I saw people like Wheezy Blonde and Tony Wrestler, who cracks me up because her reactions are
Spot on.
and so I just started rolling with ATD, chatting, and then they would open it up for people to come up if you had been rocking with them for a while. And that was the first time I ever spoke about wrestling in a social platform space. And then the first time I was ever on camera, shout out to Humble Roses, because it was Dallas that gave me that opportunity. And from there is history.
Yes.
Amazing.
Shout out to Dallas.
Shout out to Dallas and Humble Roses.
Although
Vanessa,
he
Angel,
still blames
and Kev.
he still blames me for that tornado coming to his house. I just want to clear my name. I had nothing to do with that. Okay?
It's an act of God.
Yep.
That's right.
It's not us. We don't control that. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about how we started. Just give you guys if you're new here, we want to let you know. So one of the reasons that this actually happened, we had been talking about doing a podcast for a while. And by we, I mean my sister Tanisha bullying us into telling us we were going to be doing a podcast. But I also used to listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts.
That's funny, because I literally said in my head, it's me.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, But I also used to listen to a ton of wrestling podcasts. And I would always yell at the radio, the phone, the YouTube. I'd be yelling you don't know this story. You don't understand why this is happening. And I always felt like there was missing a voice in a lot of these conversations. I think there was a conversation about, Sasha and Naomi that really made me angry. And that's when I was like, I gotta do something because I was like, you don't understand. You're seeing it from this male perspective. You're not seeing it as a woman, as a Black woman, what that means, why they had to do what they had to do. Yes, rules be damned, but there's a reason why this had to happen. And I always felt like that particular thing just set me off because I was like, I love me a wrestling podcast, but when it's only one-sided, it gets so frustrating for me because you only get the male perspective. And I was like, okay. So then, we were laid off. Tanisha was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a podcast. And after having such a crappy year, I really wanted to just bring kind of a life and energy and fun. I've said it a million times, my sisters are my lifelines. They are so funny and so full of life and so easy to get you through some of the hardest moments that I wanted to be able to kind of bring that to the table. And also because we always have kids the same age and every conversation is F these kids. What do they do now?
Fuck these kids. Sorry. I'm on TikTok. Sorry. My bad, TikTok. Ooh.
I love y'all so much.
That's for real.
For real.
Out here. Just
I don't know if y'all noticed earlier I was yelling at some. I was definitely yelling at one and I was yelling at the other one. So so I'd be trying to.
Yeah, I hear you. But I gotta shout out my daughter because she did just feed me, so it's not fair. I can't today, don't F these kids. But usually, and probably in about an hour after I get off here, I'm gonna have my whole statement all over again. So that's how we end up in the podcast game for sure. But we know with podcasting, there's also downsides. It's not always happy-go-lucky. There's always some kind of negative to balance things because we live in the world and not, in Neverland. So I'd love to know, in starting a podcast, what's the worst part for you? Is there a part of being a podcaster or a creator that you're kind of like, ooh, if I could never have to do this again or deal with this again, I would be so happy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a part. There's a part.
I have a feeling I know what the part is. Okay.
There's a couple parts for me, but there's one that I hate it, but now I'm like, you know what? Bring the heat, because I got that flame. It's the men that ain't never touched grass or titty. Sorry, I don't know if I could say titty, but I said
Here we are. It's done.
It's the ones that ain't never seen the light of day. You don't know what a real toothbrush look like. Like you ain't washed your socks in a month
Oh,
of Sundays.
not a real toothbrush. Ooh.
Your girlfriend's name starts with "you must blow her up." Like
Not blow her up, Faith.
no, uh-uh. Nope. Y'all open the door for me to say this, okay? Y'all open the door.
We did.
It's the keyboard warriors. You think you're doing something when really you out here looking like Xena warrior princess, like those types of people. And it's
I like
normally
Xena.
I like Xena too, but I mean this is cosplay in the worst way.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So
Wait
I'm
a
just
minute.
saying, like
What is
those
happening in
types
these
of
comments?
Listen, who is this?
See, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know because they don't leave their house. They don't know.
I ain't putting that up here either.
But that proves my point right there. Do you see what I'm saying?
You did.
So for me, when I first got into it with Acknowledge the Dynasty, I had so many crazy messages in my DMs. I had so many hurtful and hateful things being said to me, to the point where we were playing a trivia game on Acknowledge the Dynasty one day, and someone typed the N-word with the hard ER in there. And it had been somebody who previously had DM'd me and was talking all this mess. I don't know if y'all saw it, Kiara and Tanisha, but there was one post I made where I unleashed holy hell.
I probably saw it and I was like, ooh. Somebody that made me mad.
That part of being a woman of minority, and
Dalton.
dealing in a male-dominated industry for the men that actually got something between their legs. I said what I said. That's the hardest and the thing I hate the most. But since I've been back from my recent leave, I'm like, bring all that smoke because you about to get all this work. Like every inch of it.
Yep.
I'm going to talk about you, your bald-headed mama, your crooked tooth daddy, like all y'all about to get this fade. Because you will not disrespect.
Don't do it. Don't start that.
Do it.
Don't start that. Won't be nothing. I just leave her alone. Just leave people alone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what she said.
leave folks alone because you never know what skills they have to find out about your whole life and expose you. So we not confessing the crimes, but I'm just saying, watch what you do.
Yep.
Facts.
You find out who people really are when they can hide behind a keyboard, don't you?
Yes.
Wait, when you see some of their profile pics, you like, sir, you shouldn't even be typing on social media right now.
Listen, but they always got something to say about you and what's going on. Like I'm getting laid regularly. How about you?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in your world as a happily married person.
How you coming at me?
Y'all should probably figure out how to fix your.
Like, how you gonna come cuss me out when you living with a pet pig named Bessie and your mama in the background and her moo with her sweetie? Like, how you coming at me? How is this happening? Like, no, sir. Not in the year of our Lord 2026. No, you won't. I'm
just gonna do this now.
Every day. Can you and I just talk every day?
Yep.
Welcome to how we feel. We're like, can you just leave me alone? Oh, girl, just not hot.
So good.
But it irks me because you are disrespecting me because one, I'm of Lord, I can't even talk. The drink is hidden. Because I am of mixed race, number one, because I am African American and I am Samoan. So I get double the trouble right there. I'm a woman That's all you got to throw at me? And that's what you want to say? I don't know the product about. I know the product more than you do.
Amen. Okay. That statement right there. The did you know? Like I've been watching longer than you've been alive. Find something to do. Please.
Right.
Please. Don't argue with me about things that you don't know about.
No.
Or like I tell people, I'm a little older than I look. So please stop trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
That part. But
I'm not
that's what,
thank you though.
that's what I can't stand about podcasting is that having to constantly put up a defense, having to constantly fight for the same respect that a man who just started podcasting gets immediately.
Mm,
You know what?
Like,
that's true.
Everything she said. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's other negatives, but what she said, all of that.
we're not gonna get into those because
It's like all of those. Stacey, you got anything else to add that we Faith and eloquently?
The only other thing I would add is much simpler, and I know Wicked Bitter said it in the chats. I love Wicked Bitter. He's my guy. Editing. It's just getting everything cut up and put out and make it look great and sound great and all the greats. Because again, then all the trolls want to jump in and have some sort of a commentary about something.
You ain't spent the last how many ever hours doing this. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're right. Editing is tiring. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
It's
I
tiring.
mean, I also want to say, I mean, Faith did say it, but I mean, social media for sure. And then, but social media not in the aspect of the trolls. Social media in the aspect of making sure that we're being visible and things are being shared.
Yes.
And getting liked and getting the same exposure as the male casters get or podcasters get. So like I know, like I run our Instagram. Kiara runs our TikTok. Well, we both like to do it, but she does TikTok, YouTube, like making sure that ours is being pushed and trying to figure it out. Meanwhile, someone else could just start it and all of a sudden you're like, how did you get 1,000 people? Like, where did that come from? Like, you know, like how
I tell you.
how
Kiara's a
is
social
that?
media expert. That's how she
Right.
is.
Like you bought them, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I remember we had one person who was like trying to like say we said something wrong. And then I went to his page. I was like, first off, how you have like 2,000 followers, but only 5 people liked your profile? That's wrong.
come on,
Right.
see?
Right.
Like
You have no post. Go troll somebody else.
You know, so it's like, you know, so that type of stuff, like, you know, trying to just make sure our visibility is there. And you know, like even too, like I ain't gonna lie, I felt like we would have got more exposure from the fact that we were on Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen. That was one of those like, oh yeah, we're there. Okay. Like even like me reposting people, like, oh okay, oh you were on there too. Let me repost you. You thought they reposted us? No. And it was like, okay, well,
it's a weird community. Yeah.
It's like we're a community, so it's like we should be uplifting everyone. It shouldn't be like, oh, you're just the girl. Like, you know, so that's what I would say is the frustrating part about podcasting.
Right.
Is trying to prove our worth
Right.
via social media, just for you to actually listen and watch.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair. It is a very hard thing. And I always tell people like, start now and keep going because you just never know. But your voice matters and there's room for all of us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, it's not a competition. One of the things that frustrates me the most is that they expect you to be one type of woman. Like, I expect you to be, you know, overly made up and wearing no clothes and all of these things. That's not who we are.
Mm-mm.
We are regular people.
Yes.
The lip gloss is all you gonna get over here. Ask my husband. That's all you get. That's it. Not another thing on. I got way too many things to do in my life to sit here to be beaten the face to death. Now, those of you who do it, kudos, because amazing. So I don't want to disregard that. But I think there's room for different types of people. And don't just, disrespect us because it's not what you like. Find somebody else's tea to sip if you want to. You don't have to like us. But open your mind a little bit. You'd be shocked.
Yep.
You'd be shocked at the things we know.
You know where I am right now with the trolls and haters and the naysayers? Like, come, engage. Go ahead. Hit that subscribe button so you can continue to try to troll me each week. I'm going to embarrass you, and then I'm going to thank you for your support because it's helping me.
Yes.
It's
I
helping
do
the
that every
podcast.
time too, though. I was like, thank you for your comments. I appreciate you adding us to the algorithm. Have the day you deserve. Like, I just don't. I don't have anything negative to say. I'm not going to put it out in the world. Now, I'm going to fight you. If we on TikTok and you have a point of view and I have a point of view, you better be prepared to be argued to the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Because just because you think you're right, especially that person out there who arguing with me about Booker T, I'm going to tell you here, I was right. You was wrong. He's a gift. And
Yes.
they even had a whole night to celebrate that man.
What did they say about Booker T? Booker T is making people stars.
Right?
You know what? I'm gonna make sure I hit that clip and I'm gonna because I was like, tell me when, because they were like, he's only making himself a star. No. Look what he did for Stephanie. Look what he did for Trick. Look what he does for Joe Hendry. Because
JC Jane.
I do not like that song. But suddenly when Booker's singing, she like, okay.
I do. I'll be like, oh, I can sing it when he sing it because I'll be singing it how he sings it because I do not like that song. I do not like that. I despise that song. But then once I hear his voice, I said, okay, I can rock with it.
See how easy that was. It was just a moment. And I feel like he brings such attention to the talent. And not just that. Like, they go to his reality of wrestling. And like, they get better. And when you see them, they're better the next time. So I'm like, go touch me.
Look what Booker T did for the Devil's Kiss. Everybody.
Ooh,
Everybody be doing that. We be in here losing our minds with
By Estefania. I love her. Just so you know. Love her. Like, she's magic. Even with the Devil's Kiss. And that was what his argument was. He's like, Booker T only highlights their assets. And I was like, then you aren't watching what I want.
They're not.
Because they're incredibly talented. So, and you can't do it in case you don't remember that.
And by the way, NXT, count your dusty days for that appreciation night. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're going to get that. All right. So.
Can I say one thing about Booker T, though?
Yes,
one of the things, I don't think I even realized it. He's always been a big fan of JC Jane. She actually said it in that appreciation video. She's like, thank you for kind of always believing in me. And I actually feel like he's part of the reason why I bought into her. Because I think before it was kind of like, is she a star? But I think Booker T is one of the reasons I actually started buying into JC Jane. I'm like, yeah, she is a star. She is a champion. So that's the only thing I wanted to say.
No, I agree with you because we had a conversation about that. I was like, somehow she started to believe and then we started to believe. And so you need that person to cheer you in, tell you how great you are for you to really understand it sometimes. And when she had them 2 belts, I was like, look at her. It's like, she changed overnight. I was like, she believed. And so we believed.
Right.
And ever since that, she's the rock star. Like, she the star of the faction. Fallon, we need to talk, though. We need to get out of the way. Time to let it go. But regardless, like, she became that star because he helped her and he helped elevate her. And you saw her believe. And that's my point. Like, what he's doing, he's Booker T. He's going to do it his own way. But I don't think that takes away from anything. Look at what's happening with Keanu right now. Like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Okay, that's it. Because, we're going to get to that shortly. All right, for the last thing we're going to talk about as we wrap up our creator section, what I would love to do in honor of Women's History Month, I want you to name one woman. Sorry, I can't read it right now. My bad, y'all. One woman in this industry, wrestler, manager, or fellow creator who paved the way for your voice to be heard today. If they were listening right now, what's the one thing you'd confess to them? I know that's stuff.
That's a little deep.
I know. You're welcome.
Okay. I would have to say because she was for me, the first African American woman I saw on wrestling TV. And I was like, wait a minute. Although she was in some of those,
Yep.
crazy matches, but it made me love wrestling even more to see someone that looked like me, that looked like my sister, actively being in some of these big, at that time, storylines that probably they wouldn't have been. And that's Jacqueline.
Oh, yes.
Miss Jackie.
Hmm. Much respect to her and Jazz, actually, because WWE, I don't know how y'all fumbled them.
Because they didn't know what to do with them.
They didn't.
You know.
They didn't. And Jazz, to be honest, I see Jazz on the same level. She could have been the same level of like Rhea Ripley today. She had that vibe. She had that look, the physique. But to see them, especially Jacqueline, like to see her, that right there did it for me.
That's a good one.
Amazing.
Stacy?
It's interesting, I think, for me, because we broke up for a while because it was hard to know that because I was in my late 20s when we broke up in the early 2000s. It was difficult to watch because I didn't have a connection to the women wrestlers because of what they had to do. It was really difficult to watch. So coming back, I think the female wrestler that I absolutely fell in love with coming back to the WWE is Bianca. Just her vibrancy, and she is who she is unapologetically. And I'm someone that's super bubbly, super happy all the time. And I could see that with her. It just resonated with me that she could say what she wanted to. She wasn't going to apologize for it. She is who she is. And you love her, you hate her, but either way, it doesn't bother her because she is who she is. And so for her, she started my love of women's wrestling that I never thought I would have, because before I only enjoyed the male part of wrestling because there really wasn't relevant women's wrestling then. It was just objectification. So coming back to see her was amazing. And then when I came into podcasting, and I didn't know there were other women in such big spaces for us until I started finding, and probably the first person I found was Wrestling with Honey. And I love her. She's based out of Jersey. So really watching her and talking to her in the chats and just becoming a friend to her and with her and her really talking about things has made a huge difference for me to feel confident in my voice, because I'm not. And when I first came in, I felt like all of the other women podcasters were so much younger than me. So I feel old, or I felt old. So just to get that level of understanding that there's a space for all of us, and seeing other women podcasters and her being that first connection for me was great.
Amazing.
You know what? Can I add one?
Yes, you can.
Queen Charmel.
Okay.
Let's not get it twisted. Queen Charmel, without telling all my mama business, but because y'all know I got in trouble that last time.
Did you? We was worried about you.
Because one of my nosy children, hashtag fuck them kids. One of my nosy children was like, Grandma, I don't know if you know this, but mama, it be your own, but my mom was not the greatest with relationships. I'll say it that way. And to see Queen Charmel out there, the whole King Booker era where she would bow to him, help him, open the ropes for him. It wasn't seen as, oh, she's being submissive. To me, it came off as a woman, when your man is trying to build something for y'all, this is how you support him.
Love.
This is
it
what
was
Black love looks like. This is what, I mean, even to the point of her getting up on the apron and causing a distraction so he can come up. I was like, game recognized game, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate you. So yeah, shout out to Queen Charmel.
Faith,
Oh,
I love that. That resonates with me so much because I'm that wife, I'm that partner, and reflecting on that now, I couldn't agree with that more. It was love in action in everything she did. Love in action.
yeah.
Even when she slapped the taste out of his mouth for not defending her honor.
That's
Listen,
right.
lessons to be learned.
Yep.
That's right.
He didn't do it again. He learned his lesson on that one. He didn't do that again.
Mm-mm.
Didn't. Okay. All right. Candace, Misha, what you got?
I would say, I mean, I think as all of us, we're really into representation. I really appreciate someone like Nia Jax. She's different. It's a different body. She just has a bigger body. That's just the facts. But I also appreciate the fact that she was open with her story, that she did have sort of like this moment where she felt like she just wasn't in love with the business. She just wasn't happy and she stepped away. And that she found time to really figure out what was important to her. And then she was able to sort of come back and really believed in herself. So I would say someone like that. The fact that she shows that not everyone's a size 2, and that you can be very athletic at a different size. And so I just appreciate someone like her and someone like Willow Nightingale. Like, they're amazing athletes, and they're amazing female wrestlers. There's amazing talent, and so I would say Nia and Willow. Just, I think
Those
they're
are good.
important.
Yeah.
Those are good. I mean, I would piggyback off of what you said, Candace, because for me, representation as an adult was big. I would say, like, when I was younger, like, yes, Miss Jackie, Jazz, they were representation, but to me, it still wasn't the representation that I needed, right? So, because of me being more of a curvier person, it was nice to see, like, that's why I said I think I gravitated towards Naomi, because Naomi seemed so down to earth, so real, so just herself. And then she even brought that to the screen, and then seeing that, like, she was curvy. I mean, I think she's gotten, I want to say, I don't want to say bigger, but like, you can tell the transitions. And then I will also say Jada Parker, because that is what drew me to NXT, was her. No one else drew me there. I mean, Booker's great, but the person who pushed me, like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start watching. I started watching her matches, and then it kind of like trickled into everybody else. Because for me, I'm very hippie, and to see somebody who had hips in the behind, I was like, well, I think I found the person that is my representation, because that is who I am. And I was always someone who was not comfortable in my skin, even though I did like certain outfits. My sister could testify, but I also used to hide myself too. So I may like it, but I'd be like, you cannot see my behind. Please leave me alone. And I didn't realize I was actually insinuating, making it more noticeable by the things I was doing. I thought I was hiding it, and it was like, nah, here you go, boop boop. So I mean, that would be what I would say for both of them, which is, it's kind of like cool just to see somebody like me.
Okay. Wow. So for me, I'm going to pick Sasha. Thanks. And I'm going to tell you why. She believes in herself so much. Like, she is all in on herself and her growth and her success. What'd you say?
You said Mercedes.
Yes, Mercedes. I'm sorry. Mercedes. I taught her that. And so now I'm so sorry, Mercedes, but I didn't call you right name. So I apologize. But that's who I fell in love with, is when she was Sasha, right? But just to see the transition from where she was to where she is now, to know that, like, you can be undeniable when you believe in yourself and you push yourself. And if only you are the only one who believes, that's all you need. So to me, that really inspires me to be like, you know what? That's all you need. You just need you. And you need to you work hard and you're talented and you just let your work speak for itself. But then you can talk too if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, like, that's one woman beyond all the other ones we've mentioned today, because there's a lot of them that obviously I love. Naomi and Jada and Jacqueline and Jazz and so many of these amazing pioneers, right? But for me, Mercedes has really like been a difference maker in how I view and how I operate in some cases. Because I'm like, you can call me cocky, but humble didn't get me nowhere.
Right.
Wow.
So I just gotta tell you who I am. That's it.
Now you need to put that on a t-shirt for real.
That's right.
Hold on, let me write it down. Wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot we haven't been writing our little things down, you know, our little isms. We'd be like, yeah, we gonna put it. I'm like, clock it, that's ours. Don't be trying to take it as copyrighted. Main event mama copyright. Okay, I'm just saying.
That's
okay,
right.
Say that again. I'm writing it down. What you say? Just know I have a t-shirt business called Designed by a Sketchbook. I just want y'all to know. So it's gonna be there. We're gonna post this. We're gonna be there.
I remember.
You don't remember? All right, I'll rewind it. It's okay. I can rewind it. I can rewind and find out because it's ours. I'm telling you now, it's ours. It's copyrighted. It is legally ours.
We got you. You know what time it is?
The streets are talking.
That's right. Let's get it. Let's make sure you are not in the right screen though. Hold on. Let's make sure. Yep, you're still in the wrong screen. Hold. I was like, because if not, you're gonna be the only one seeing during this screen.
But that's all right. I'll be jamming. Hey,
real.
You will. Let's get it.
Yo. Shh, quiet now. Leaning close. The streets are talking loud and clear. Wrestling whispers in your ear. Rumors flying, news is popping. The ropes are tight, no one's stopping. The streets are talking, yeah. You better listen. Main event mama's dropping all the wisdom.
Yep, we back.
Still going. Sorry.
I know. I told you I was gonna give y'all a soundtrack, and I will. It's coming. Sis is busy. Anyway, first story. So let's talk about Gunther and WrestleMania 42, y'all. So Gunther's WrestleMania. I know the look on her face. Hold. Wait till I get to the story. Gunther's WrestleMania status is in limbo because he's currently without a due to Rey Mysterio's legitimate rib injury. Following his recent streak of retiring legends like John Cena and AJ Styles, the plan was for Gunther to add Rey, to the list. How do we feel about this?
Wait,
do you think that we're going to?
I mean, I think he retired already. I'm sorry.
No, he needed to.
So, I mean, listen.
Rey been retired like 6 times.
I know. I'm like,
I
don't know how
retired a lot.
We don't see him like, oh, I think he retired finally. I think it's good.
Nope. And then here he comes.
Just injured. Yeah.
Listen, he's injured. Like this time, he's actually injured. And if you're watching AAA, like I am, you're enjoying him on commentary while Conan is away. But the thing is, because they're feeling so protective of Gunther at this point, they might just pull him from the card entirely.
I'm okay with that.
So what do we think?
I'm okay with that.
They pulled Bailey and Sami Zayn last year. He's fine. He'll be okay.
They did.
You know
what?
Okay,
You're right. No, you're right. No.
I usually have these comments in the chat.
I
know. We like it, okay? Because, what she said, they put Bailey, which still makes me mad, still makes me livid, okay? You know what?
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
Not Coaching Clash Network showing up doing the most. Listen here, y'all.
Y'all ain't right.
But you ain't lie. You ain't lie, homie.
Y'all be doing the most. But you're not wrong. So I don't really care. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it's
Like,
not,
I'm not gonna
you know,
cry.
I don't really care.
I'm not gonna cry that he's not there. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, I missed him. No, I'm not really, because do I really want to see him retire somebody else by choking him out or like at this point, like you already know how I feel about him being this whatever killer they're trying to make him. And it's just like, stop recycling the story, okay? Hence why I think the Viper came back, because he was like, excuse me, I am the legend killer for real. Like, I don't know what y'all thought this was, but it's
Amen. You could get rid of that like imposter anytime. I ain't gonna lie, that really made me mad. I know that was a whole situation on TikTok, but I'll tell y'all, I only got one legend killer right now.
That's right.
One.
And his name is.
And I'm glad he showed up.
Okay.
I'm glad he clocked into work and let the happy-go-lucky self go away. All right, next story. I'm sorry, Tanisha.
What?
Wait till I'm over. Get to this part. Wait,
why?
You know,
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute now. Okay, so then if I say something, you can't hear it.
Okay. So Cody, he vows to balance his undisputed title reign with new Hollywood roles. So we know that Cody has recently been, you know, enjoying a growing Hollywood portfolio, specifically his role in the upcoming Street Fighter film. He spoke to Complex Graps and he expressed full confidence in balancing his title reign with acting. He's crediting the master juggling of Nick Khan and Triple H. He noted that the crossovers like his own and Drew McIntyre's role in Highlander are massive wins for the brand, likening the pride he feels seeing Dave Bautista's success. While he admits he owes WWE everything, he believes the modern era of management makes it possible to be both a box office draw and a fighting champion. How do we feel? Do we agree? Do we disagree? Really, Tanisha? Y'all help me. All right. Do we agree? Do we not agree? I'm going to put this here. That's what her answer was. Really? Really? Why are you like this? Okay. No, we don't like this? You don't agree with him?
Go ahead, Faith.
No. Wait. No. Stacey, go first, because she's going to have us off track in a second. Go first.
She's not wrong.
I think the reality is, just like Seth right now, just like we saw Punk with heels, I think that all of these men, we talked about this before we started, that the average age for the male wrestler is 45. We know that most of them are on their last contract. All this is him laying the ground for what he's going to do after he retires. That's all this is. So it's just their ability to say, I'm going to do this. It's great for wrestling and whatever. We as wrestling fans will watch it because we're wrestling fans, but it doesn't bring people into wrestling by seeing him on a movie. It's no different than the ESPN contract. No different. We're going to watch wherever it's shown, but nobody's going to get ESPN as a subscription and go, oh, WWE? Oh, let me watch. That's not how this works. We're devoted fans. We take care of them. They don't take care of us. So all he's doing, just like Seth is going to be a commentator, this is just Cody laying the groundwork for what he does when he retires in a few years. This has no bearing or reference to WWE. We make WWE relevant. They don't make us relevant.
What she said.
You know, I need that on a shirt too. Hold on, wait. We're going to write this down. Because I think they need to understand. I think they kind of got the picture when they started lowering the prices, but they still didn't lower enough. But, you know, can you repeat that? Because I need to write that. That was the.
They don't make us relevant. We make them relevant. You got to give the executive you some credit there, my friend.
Girl, I will put a seed in a.
We'll collab.
I love this so much.
Yeah, he's just using a current job to get the next job or job.
That's right. Yes, I agree with you. And I'm going to say for the 400th time, we don't need part-timers like this. They turning everybody into a part-timer. Like, this is ridiculous. And it messes up their storylines. This is why we have crappy storylines. Because you have people who are there all the time, but you be forgetting about them, right? People who are there all the time, they in the back. They don't matter. They over there eating catering. But then you got your little part-timers coming in, coming out, hopping in, hopping out, like we playing hot potato. And the problem is that we can't consistently have good TV. And what you're doing is leaving the door open for other promotions like AEW, like all these indies, like TNA. You know, people who actually come to work on a consistent basis because they don't come once a month and then they come and interrupt our storyline and then they leave and now we back to like bored and everyone talks about how nothing's happening. Like, y'all need to learn how to balance things appropriately. If you're trying to phase out some of these wrestlers because we know they're going to leave, maybe they wouldn't be leaving if you were using them more. But, you know, just a thought here. But you're phasing out these wrestlers by intermittently putting them with full-timers. But then when you establish the full-timers, you pull them all back. You put the part-timers up front. It makes no sense. It's terrible storytelling. It's terrible for continuity. It's terrible for television. Stop doing it. And Cody, it's fine that you're getting ready to move on. You got babies at home. Go be daddy. We love this for you. You've given enough.
And can I piggyback on that? I think that's why we have a significant issue with injuries. Because if you're watching football players, professional football players practice Monday through Friday, and then they work on Sundays, that's whatever. Right? Back in the old days, they would work 4, 5, 6 days, right? I mean, you hear Charlotte Flair say that Ric Flair was never home because he was wrestling 4 or 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. We got wrestlers now that are sometimes wrestling twice a month. And we wonder why our injury report is so high because they're not practicing their craft. They think they're so good that they're going to come in and do a drive-by and give us a little 10-minute love here and there and wonder why we have people that continue to get injured. It's because they are not practicing their craft in the same manner that other athletes do during their season. So they come in and they have ring rust or they're a little stiff. They take a bump wrong and they're back off the field again. So maybe if they practice their craft a little longer, we wouldn't have so many significant injury reports and going into WrestleMania going all these 25 what ifs because we don't know who's going to be back or not.
That's right. I absolutely wholehearted 150% agree with that because that we talked about this not that long ago. It's ridiculous. If you only come to work twice a month, how good are you going to be at your job?
Right.
How are you going to be able, and then like they tell you when they're training for their comebacks, the reason why they have to start taking bumps and all that stuff and all over is because, you know, you developed a callus and now it's gone and now you got to do it again. And as you get older, we all know bodies they don't heal at the same rate. You can't do all the things you could do, you know, when you was 18, when you 25 or 35 or later. Let me tell you, it's true. So I'm trying to say, she right. Go ahead, Faith. I saw your hand up. You can go.
Okay, before I open my mouth, Candace, do you want to say something? Because I'm about to go off. So do you?
I just thought someone was going to say, and I like Cody because I feel like that's what people start off with when they talk about Cody Rhodes. But I mean, and I like Cody too, but it's fine. That's all I was going to say. No, I agree. I agree with what everyone said.
And I like Cody. I want to practice it with that too. I want to remind people that I also enjoy Cody. So let's not act like I hate him. I don't. I like him a lot.
And what I can say is that we do not want to know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Okay. That's his line. He goes, "What do y'all want to talk about?" And I'm like, "Yo, that's." Anyway, go ahead, Faith.
Same thing you talked about last week. That's what I say.
Right?
Okay. First off, nobody gives a damn Codisha. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care, Codisha. Don't nobody care. We don't care. Ain't nobody coming to wrestling because you Giles in Street Fight. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care what you're gonna do after wrestling. We don't care what you're doing in wrestling.
Unless you're going heel. I want to point that out there.
Right there.
Which is never gonna happen.
You know,
because they're too afraid to pull the trigger.
He's such a perfect heel. He's so perfect. It's like if I had to create a heel, that's what I would do. Just make him Cody because he uses big words. He sounds kind of condescending on his best day. Like, come on.
Like, please. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with Kodisha, and yes, I call him Kodisha. This is what gonna happen with Mr. Kodisha Reynolds. Okay, sorry, Rhodes. My bad. It's gonna be 10 years down the line, and if we gonna see an announcement on Raw by old ass Michael Cole, which I love me some Michael Cole, by the way, so that's not, I'm not, but Michael Cole gonna say, and coming next Monday, Cody Rhodes, and it's gonna be some old dumbass render of Kodisha up there, and it's gonna say retirement tour. Then they gonna have him show up at some PLE like Rumble or Elimination Chamber, and then that's when they'll have him turn. Been there, done that, didn't work, move on.
Well, I think it will work this time only because he is good at being healed. John did not know what to do.
True, but 15 years from now, who really gonna be checking for Cody Rhodes? Not me.
But we better be fully into a deeply into a numerous like title reign number 8, 9, or 10 for Oba and Trick. Like we better be firmly into the future with Javon. Like we better be firmly there.
I'm just saying, Cody wants something that somebody else already has, and he said it in many different ways without actually saying it. He has made it clear that he wants the Roman Reigns schedule, and I know what people about to say. Well, Faith, you can't say that. You're biased because you love the family and you're so much. Shut up and go rub your crusty ass feet. Listen, Cody, since being involved with Roman, has not stopped pointing out everything he loves. Did y'all see that? What do you want to talk about when Brandy Rhodes was on?
No.
Did anybody? Okay.
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, that boy looked good.
Yeah, Brandy was talking about somebody and said, oh, he looked really good. And Cody perks up and goes, oh, Roman?
Yes, I did see that. I saw the
Yes.
clip. I was like,
Yes.
how do you feel if your husband? I'd have been like, hold up, buddy. What's up with that?
2 interviews later, he's still talking about how Roman wasn't backstage at WrestleMania 40 waiting on him so he could thank him for the house. Cody, please, sir. Please. Then you sit up here and talk about, well, this, when I retire, this is what I'm gonna do. Movies. Sounds like somebody else we know.
You gonna hate me, but hopefully he's a better actor.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay,
We are here.
okay.
I love me some Roman.
You know how I love me Roman, okay? You know how I love me some Roman, okay? When he was looking in that camera, I know he was looking at me, but that's
My
yes.
soul.
Yes.
I gotta tell y'all what happened to me that day, but we gonna get there.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that's I was just trying to put that in there. Sorry, I got distracted. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you. That whole tongue out thing, Jesus, thank you. But and don't act like y'all. I'm gonna say this. Don't act like I'm the only one that grabbed my phone and got a screenshot real quick, and you just all day.
Nah, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one. That's why that was our Raw recap. That's where you're gonna find that for my screenshot.
But I'm just saying, like, Cody, you haven't put in the work to get the type of respect and the level of Roman paid his dues.
He was on the ground. That man he had dog food on him. Like, talk about it. Like
when you were star dusting out there in front of your wife. I did it again. Tanisha, you all right. You all right.
That was a low point for him.
Okay.
Every time. Take a breath. You got it. You okay?
That was a low point for him.
Into the nose. Into the nose.
But okay, I'm gonna try.
Every time.
Get it together, Faith. Let me get. Okay.
You're in timeout.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Okay. What I'm trying to say.
Y'all.
What I'm trying
Okay.
to say is, while you was out here,
No.
while you was out here doing that, Roman was getting booed out of city for
He was.
years. For years, that man had to sit there and take all that hate. I will never forget. I cried because I felt so bad for Roman. The match he had, I think it was Great Balls of Fire with Braun Strowman. I think that's when he took those still steps, and even Braun said it was an accident. They slipped and it actually injured Roman, and he started coughing up all that blood.
Okay, yeah, I remember
And
that.
then what do you hear that crowd say? By the way, some
One
of
more
y'all
time.
that was chanting that, y'all love Roman's dirty draws right now. You're seeing Roman Reigns at the top of your neck, and I hope that you get strep. Okay? I hope you get it. Because you were sitting up
Not
there
strep.
saying one more time and saying, thank you, Strowman, while that man was actually bleeding. And his mom was there that night. Imagine what she had to feel watching that. Like, y'all did Roman so dirty. Like Kiara said, the dog food,
That was
all
the
of
craziest
that.
thing I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe it.
All of that. And then
I was there during them days when they had that bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I ain't never. Oh.
then y'all get mad at him because he decides not to do the match with Goldberg because he's immune compromised. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. What I'm saying is Roman paid his dues. Just because you out there, you ain't pay no dues, Cody. You don't get to have the schedule that Roman has. I'm sorry, you just don't.
Does he want that schedule?
Yes.
Because he says that he wants them to do more house shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he said. He said he's been advocating to the front office about it, and they're like, no.
They say no because they're not doing that because they don't make no money on house shows.
Right.
In interviews prior to that, he wanted that schedule. And this is before we all knew another baby was coming. And I'm sure he was saying that in that interview because he knew the baby was coming. But still, I'm sorry. Cody is just not for me. And I'm just being 100% remove my bias for Roman out the way. I cannot invest in Cody like a lot of other people have because all I know you for is Dusty Sun.
Oh.
And I know that's harsh. I know that's harsh.
I mean, okay, I can't really co-sign that because I will tell you, when I started watching him at AEW, I was very, very impressed. And that was actually what got me watching AEW in the first place, is I turned it on and I saw him and Sammy and I started to get to know the characters. And so, like, I know that's how you know him, but I also think he's incredibly talented. I think that he's very charismatic. I just think they are two different type of characters, and to compare them is a travesty because they're just two different type of characters, and they're never going to be each other's type of character. So that's just
not talented. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for me personally, I have tried to rock with Cody and it's just not there for me. It's just not there for me.
But I don't think WWE wants you to rock with Cody because that's not his purpose. So Cody serves a completely different purpose than Roman does. Cody is the wrestler that hooks the little kids. Like my brother Aaron,
like John
Sirius.
Cena. Mm-hmm.
His babies love Cody.
Yes.
Right? My sons loved Cody finishing his story, right? My adult stepkids, when they got into wrestling, was on the Cody kick and cried when he finished his story. So the purpose of Cody is for new wrestling fans, especially the young kids. That's why he sells so much merchandise. That's why you have so many kids. And you said this, Tanisha, he is taking the place of the beloved when it comes to little kids that John Cena had.
That's right.
And up until recently, I mean, when John stepped out, there wasn't anybody filling that space of the young baby wrestlers, the pure, clean wrestler. And that's what he is. He's squeaky clean. And recently, Jay started taking that place when we started yeeting.
That's
So
right.
Jay is also filling that space that for a long time we didn't have. So Cody's specific space in the wrestling verse is now aligned with Jay, but Roman would never be that, because Roman is a face in the most middle ground perfect way. Like right now,
Stone
Punk
Cold.
is still trying to turn him. He's trying to get us to boo. And no matter what Punk says, we're not going to do it. And no matter what Roman says, we're not going to boo that man. Right? But we are older. We are mature. We understand so much more the complexities of the WWE and wrestling. Whereas a 6-year-old Malik, he doesn't need to understand that. He just knows that when Cody comes out, he's going to sing his song and he's going to do the movements. And then when Jay comes out, he's going to yeet. And he looks forward to that every Monday, every Friday. So they serve a specific purpose that for us as adults, we don't need to buy into that, because he's the hook for the babies that moms and dads start buying t-shirts for and having Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso birthday parties. That then as they get older, they start getting into the complexities of wrestling. So we don't have to appreciate that space, because that's the space that they serve for.
Yes.
No, I get the business side of it. I'm just saying, me as a wrestling fan, I cannot connect with Cody. I have tried. I connected more with him at Stardust. Maybe it's the crazy in me that was like, yes, this.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I liked it when he was Stardust and him and Dusty and them in their shenanigans together.
Can I ask when was the moment you felt like you didn't connect with him? Is it because I feel like for me, like my issue, it was not with Cody, it's with the booking of Cody as a champion.
Yes, that's it.
That is my issue. And so my criticism is always with the booker first. And then I feel like if you're booked a certain way and maybe you're not taking advantage, then it's the person. So is it the booking of Cody that's champion? Because I feel like, it's like kind of always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Like, I feel like Cody was better chasing the title
always
than having the title. And I feel like that's because of the booking of him.
Which is why they should never let him get the title. This is actually like half my issue with that, is that when you give him the title, he suddenly loses his appeal again. And so like Stacey was saying, like the underdog kids get that. Like you want the good guy to win, and he's going to have to face all these troubles and tribulations and stuff to get in the way. And that's what superheroes do, right?
Yes.
So what Candace is saying, like, I think of it the same way. Like when I'm watching a TV show, am I mad at the actor or am I mad at the writers? Am I mad at the producer? Right. Because like they did not set him up for success.
Right.
Like they had built up people heels, strong heels. Like that Drew thing should have happened a long time ago. But they had him face people who were not quite exactly healed or not willing to go far enough for us to buy Cody in a underdog position. Him being QB1, you can't be top dog right now, guy. You always got to be coming from underneath. So it's like, it just does not work in the way that they've been telling the story. But they're telling a very basic, a very elementary story, but they are not adding the complexities that us as adults need to be able to buy in. But the kids, this Drew's bad and Cody's good. And there you go. But for me, I'm like, hey, Drew, do what you got to do.
And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. And I'm going to say it the way you just said it. The complexity, right, is just not there for me. And to answer your question, Candace, could it be his booking since he's had his title reign? I could say that. Yeah, it has been lackluster. It's been a little dry for me with his title.
It always is, because they don't have enough They have not built up people to go against him. They haven't given us enough. Now, I am happy about what is happening with Randy, because I was like, stop putting two good guys together. Like, you need to give me a darker angle. I was so horrified and yet very excited at how SmackDown ended, because I was like, yes, finally. How much did Cody have to beg to get blood? Because let me tell you something. That was an effective story, period. It was effective. It was strong. It was definitive. There was no, oops, I did it. I didn't mean to do it. It wasn't Drew's shenanigans where kind of maybe. Like, it was definitively, I did what I had to do. And he even went farther than we would even imagine. So it was like, this needed to happen. But their biggest problem that it took too long.
And the only time we got close to this, that unfortunately goes back to the injury report, was KO last year.
That's right.
We were just as invested in that. Like, to me, that was been the only successful storyline that Cody's had since holding the belt was KO. And he was carrying his car confessions. I was eating them up.
I was so excited about him in that car. Oh my God.
Yes. I couldn't get enough, but then he got injured.
Yes.
And now we don't know if he's ever coming back. But that, to me, could be, this Randy turn could eventually lead us to KO, which could get us to finishing that storyline, which I'll hold on to that until they're all carrying crutches. Like I need KO to come back and tell us, when his shirt said, "You'll know that I'm telling the truth," right? Like, when KO comes back is when we see a Cody turn. I fully believe that we will see a Cody turn. So, Sirius, I know you're watching. Don't come at me in the chats.
Yeah,
Cody's going to turn.
In there.
Why the only reason
the turn?
It only makes sense if KO comes back.
I can see that.
Because he was saying that all along, that he knows that we don't see the real Cody, but he did.
But I would argue we have seen it. Because look at the way he spoke to Sammy. Like, we have seen this Cody time and time again. That's why I was like, they have set these layers. So he has to turn at some point, because they've been feeding us breadcrumbs of this for so long. Yes, I understand he's like, it's going to break people's hearts. And yes, the John Cena of it all sucked. But I also think that had a lot to do with the story.
Yes.
The inconsistent story. How you going to ruin wrestling? You missed the most important parts of any story. How, why, when, where. Like, none of that was answered in that entire campaign of I'm going to ruin wrestling. I was like, if he says that one more time, like, I was so annoyed, because I was like, how are you going to take it home? Like, are you going to do what, like, one of the other wrestlers did and take it home and never come back? Like, is that what you mean? Like, explain it to me.
Do you remember?
And then the predictability.
Yes, that too.
Do you remember during that time when he was talking about ruining wrestling, he kind of indicated how he was going to do it. He said he was going to take both the titles on both shows and retire with them. And that is what the storyline was supposed to be.
Yeah, that thing
was supposed to get him, and he was supposed to retire with both of them.
But we never saw him. That was also the problem.
So, and that's the other reason. When one person gets injured who is a key connector in a storyline, it kills 4 other storylines. We saw that happen when Liv got injured.
Same thing happened with Bianca. That's why this whole Jade shenanigans. Naomi went to have a baby. Bianca went ahead and she hurt her finger, and now we don't got nothing for Jade to do, which is why I'm apologizing right now, because we need to move on to this next story. I'm so sorry. But this last story, because we got to get into actually what happened this week, was Jade goes public with her frustration over limited WWE title defenses. In a candid interview, again with Complex Scraps, because they're getting all the scoops this week, WWE Women's Champion Jade admitted she is frustrated with her lack of ring time. Since winning the title from Tiffany in November, she has only wrestled 6 matches, most of them short sprints. I'm going to say that again. Most of them short sprints. While she acknowledges that many top stars are currently tied up in the tag team division.
True.
She made it clear that holding the belt isn't enough. She name-dropped Charlotte, Alexa, and a rematch with Nia as her priority list, stating she didn't sign with WWE just to be a tweener who sits on the sideline. She wants to be a fighting champion. Let's discuss.
Well, first, you need to go back to NXT.
Thank you. I'm with Tanisha.
Okay? That's where you need to go. To NXT.
For
Fight
a while.
Jada.
Mhm.
Go fight Jada. Go fight JC Jade. Go fight
Izzy. Go fight
Izzy. Go fight
Zaria.
Lola.
Zaria. Go fight these people.
Yep.
Like
Go fight
maybe
Soul. Matter of fact, like hold up. They got a lot of people in NXT she could be fighting.
Or she can go involved for all I care. I mean, like you can go so many places if you're not getting where you want to go, right? Or you can even go to AAA because I'm pretty. What's that? The Toxinas? I probably said it wrong. My bad.
Yeah.
But
Toxicas.
you know,
Toxicas.
Toxicus. Okay, there's 3 of them, they big boned. Okay, you can fight one of them.
They were excellent. They were excellent.
Because weren't they like triple tag team champions or something? I don't know, but you could have been fighting somebody. So you complain. I mean, okay. Nah, you complaining, and you ain't up to par either. And the fact that they were trying to get you to fight against Bianca and Naomi, okay, and that went to shits. Sorry, TikTok, but that went to crap. Okay, and we still didn't get that storyline finished, so we could get Bianca so that she was the one who caused all this extra nuts.
Amen.
And why now y'all are all in a feud, a real one, not just because y'all the 2 biggest ones. Y'all, like no, okay. And I mean, like I'm with you. Yes, you've only fought 6 people, but you know what? You could have had a good storyline with Chelsea, okay? Because Chelsea is amazing.
Yep.
And Chelsea would have made that so hilarious. And while y'all was sitting here feuding, we wouldn't even know why you're feuding, and neither would you. But it would be good.
Matter, I don't think.
Right. Or like you complaining, but the people that they're putting you up against, even like Mention, I keep saying her name wrong, but like that is still that could be a good feud too. Like they're not building on that feud because that could be a good feud. And then have BFAB turn, and then have BFAB turn, and all of a sudden now she's part of your people, and all of that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying. I'm like I'm a writer, but you know I'm just saying. Like girl, go back to NXT. You need to go to NXT.
So
you need to go to developmental. Okay, I'm done.
think that
Okay,
this
I'm sorry.
is again a booking problem. Okay, here's the problem. It's the same thing we've been saying. If you watched us last Thursday, then you already know we done went through the state of the women's division in multiple companies. So you might want to catch that. But this is the biggest problem they have. How do you build a feud if you don't let her wrestle? You have all these I was like, they shouldn't have made her world champion in the first place. She should have had one of the mid-card titles. It made no sense for her to get the women's title from Tiffany, who should have lost it a long time anyway. She shouldn't have had it that long either. And I'm like, y'all need to move these titles. This is not the time to have long reigns where no one works because everybody got time off. I was like, can somebody clock in? Anybody clock in to work on a consistent basis, get out of catering, and get them in front of us. Because we having whole, like, Alexa and Charlotte could have been broke up by now. They didn't even have to have a bad breakup because they put Jade and Charlotte had that little kerfluffle during SmackDown, and I was like, ooh, is she gonna fight her? Like, what's happening? I was like, can she turn around and swing? I was like, swing, girl, swing. She all in your space, like, but y'all let that be nothing, and you just let her go to the ring to fight Alexa, which is stupid. And then it made no sense. And then you have her beat these people so definitively, and these are talented wrestlers. So like, it's like you're trying to give her the Goldberg thing without any of the opponents to make it successful. It would not have worked if Goldberg streak was only 6 people in 8 months. It would have been like, who is he again? Right. Why is he here? And Jade is a gorgeous woman. She is amazing. But does she need some more fundamental training? Absolutely. Do I think her going to NXT would be an excellent thing? Let Shawn Michaels get his hands on her, please. Because I have a feeling when we
not
see
physical
her
hands,
again,
not physical hands, just
no, none of that. Nope. Nope, none of that. Just, figuratively speaking, of course.
Yes.
then he can pull these pieces of this character, because I still don't know who she is except that bitch, because you keep telling me that's who she is, but you don't show me who she is or why she is that way or like what made her that way. So it's very limited. And it's one of the reasons I was like, y'all need some female writers in that room of multiple ethnicities and ages. That's what you need.
Yes.
I'm off my soapbox because I just
can I tap in here real quick?
Yes, because it sounds like you have some tea. Hold on.
I don't know. Should I mute myself, go away? Because I feel like I'm not gonna be able to breathe in a second because you're gonna say something crazy.
I'm gonna stay professional on this one.
Okay.
Because this is what happens when you sign someone based on their look and not what they can deliver.
But they could have gave her, they knew that, signing her though, they knew that she didn't have the skills. They should not have offered her the opportunity to choose where she wanted to debut. I honestly don't think they should be letting anybody except Penta, right? Because Penta and Rafi, listen, they different. Cero Miedo, completely different. I was like, I'm not talking about them. They've been in the business like 20 years. They learned that style quickly. Not talking about them. But I don't think that they should be letting some of these people who've been wrestling less than like 5 years pop on over and get into the big leagues. Like, no. We gonna put you in NXT where you can go work with the rest of the team so you can learn how to build a character. Because they have them people in classes every day learning how to create their craft, their character, and getting better and better. So I absolutely agree. Like, they should not be giving people opportunities to pick where you want to go. I would be like, nah, I ain't ask you that. I told you where you're going to start. Thank you, though.
I feel like the problem... Oh, sorry. No, I'll let you finish it. I was going to say, I feel like the problem with Jade, I think more than probably... Well, AJ Styles was a surprise, but they build her to be this, like, free agent. They built her to be this top free agent that they were kind of like... that was coming into the company. And I mean, I guess like people can talk about whether she is like delivered or not, but I'm trying to see what my thought was. But yeah, I don't know what to say about Jade.
She's beautiful and she's talented, but that doesn't mean you don't need to be better than that on the main roster.
That was actually my thought. I think a lot of times with the WWE is that they get, which is, I think I mentioned in the chat last week, that was one of my issues with the Tiffany Charlotte match. I feel like sometimes they get really into the looks of things. They want it to look good. They want it to look pretty and not what the best story is. And I feel like that's maybe what's happening with Jade as well. Like she does. She looks amazing. She looks like an amazing champion, but she's had one title defense against Jordan Grace. I mean, I'm surprised that her title defense last week with Michin wasn't.
Well, and it wasn't a title defense. It wasn't. Then when it came on, they were like a non-title match.
That's right. Which is stupid.
What was the point?
Why are we having non-title matches, fam?
I think the other thing that Jade may not fully understand, and I really wish that the locker room leaders would have priorly pulled her aside and say, hey, I know we've been talking to you about promos and being a little bit more technical in the ring, but we need to talk about politicking for yourself, advocating for yourself behind the scenes. Because what happened was she's being punished. I'm going to just be 100% real with y'all. She went off script because Kiara, you said 3 big names that she said she wants storylines with. Charlotte, who are the other 2? I didn't forgot. Look, the drink is good.
Alexa.
Charlotte, Alexa, and who?
Nia.
Okay. First off, you messed up when you interrupted Charlotte's entrance.
Why she messed up? Why can't we turn that into something? Because Tiffany and Charlotte went all the way off the script, okay? And they was a hot mess. And not to mention that Charlotte and Nia was fighting in the ring. So, like, what's one more?
True. But my point of mentioning that is you stepped on toes when you did that. Did Tiffany step on toes? Of course she did. But Tiffany don't look like Jade, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I got you. Mhm.
You stepped on some toes. You heard Charlotte say, I'm doing my entrance, or what Charlotte was telling her, look, go. Then you go for the next favorite of the company, Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
You went for her online and tried to break the fourth wall, and Rhea said, I see where this is going. And Rhea tried to back off, and you kept going. And then what happened? The rest of the locker room came for your neck.
Well, yeah, because they kind of, that was real crazy. That was real crazy. We talked about that too, in terms of like, y'all need some counseling in that locker room. Because like, it's like high school. I'm gonna need y'all to learn how to communicate effectively, because like, seriously. And sometimes I feel like we talked about this. Sometimes as Black women, you can't be seen as having any vulnerabilities, right? And so sometimes that can come off as very standoffish and very like into yourself. And she is one of those people that keeps her circle real tight, family only, probably because of that. Like, I think if I had to guess, I think that would be a real reason to kind of protect yourself, because a lot of stuff happened to her probably in AEW that was unacceptable. Like AEW wasn't the happiest place for women, Black women, any women really, as several of them, as Deanna, as Britt. It's not exactly the happiest place on earth for women, in period. So I'm wondering if she brought some of that with her. And so when you come into this arena, you don't start, she might have went to like the performance center, but who's there? The younger people, not necessarily the older veterans. So I wonder if there was an opportunity there to kind of like get them together in a way of like trying to get them to like, trying to get those personalities to mesh a little bit, kind of like a leader, because she clearly got close to Bianca and Naomi and they are both gone. So then that just leaves her on her own, right?
Exactly.
So I'm like, now it seems like it's you against the locker room, and girl, that's not cute. That's not cute. That's a dangerous place to be.
Especially when you are messing with two of the top.
That's a dangerous place to be. Because I was like, girl, you could have paused. You should have paused on them Twitter. Like, you was trying to be cute. You was trying to be funny. But right now, it don't look like they took that the way that we would have wanted to. And Rhea don't do that online. She don't do all of that online at all.
Go ahead, Stacey.
Yeah, you guys know.
I think it goes back to further than we're talking. Because last year, when Jade came, or 2 years when Jade came, and Bianca and Jade were together, Bianca said in a couple of different interviews that Jade was extremely difficult to work with, and she was tired of carrying her. She literally said, I'm tired of carrying her. She won't put in the work, and she's not carrying her weight. And Bianca said that in the way that,
what was this?
Yes, you look it up. But Bianca was frustrated because they were tagging together, and Jade was making a lot of mistakes. And when Bianca had mentioned, I keep trying to work with her, and she refuses to take criticism and feedback. And the thing that we know about this locker room is that the women are close. And to your point, the locker room leaders are going to do it, and they're going to help if you're willing to take the feedback and put in the work. And so I think it goes all the way back to if Bianca and Naomi, before the turn happened, before Jay came back, before the Elimination Chamber, all of that, Bianca and Naomi had both voiced that they felt like they were very frustrated behind the scenes, behind the fourth wall, that they were carrying her and she wasn't taking feedback. So we fast forward to y'all's point that then Bianca gets hurt, Naomi goes out. I mean, the only two people that were advocating to help, because she said she didn't, they said that she wasn't taking feedback. What do you do if the two people that by design were put with you to have your back, you burn that bridge and then they're both out? If we know Naomi is the most likable, wonderful human being ever. If Naomi's saying, I can't work with you, what is everybody else going to say? So there has to be a level of behind the scenes legitimacy. If Bianca and Naomi are saying she won't listen and she won't put in the work, we're fast forwarding a year from now, and that's why we have a champion that nobody's working with, because I don't think that they want to, if she's unwilling to Tanisha's point, hone her craft. If she's not willing to hone her craft, and I think it's a little differently. I think the reason why she's fighting Rhea is because the bookers are saying if Rhea can't get Jade over, nobody can.
Right.
Because Rhea can get anyone over. Rhea is the top female wrestler. She's in the top 2 worldwide right now for selling everything, male or female. So if Rhea can't get her over in this feud, they're going to have to sit back after Mania and say, what do we do with Jade?
Yeah.
So I think that the Twitter thing was semi-staged. I think that they had a Tiffany Charlotte moment and somebody went a little too far.
Yeah.
But I think by design, they're trying to get Jade over as a super heel, because you can't be a super heel if you only wrestle the same 2 people over and over again. Yep. So we have a situation that we're now a year and a half into it with the original locker room leaders that said she's unworkable, to now we have a Charlotte and an Alexa. We're too wrapped up in the tags, but if we already have people that help everybody say that she's unhelpable, and we see, like, I remember last year's boat trip with Natty and everybody else was there were a couple people that weren't, and Jade was one of them. So I agree, like, in a professional setting, you have to protect yourself. I absolutely agree with that. But there's politics involved. And you said that, Kiara, you have to be able to politic. And if she is unable or unwilling to politic to at least get people in her corner, it's going to be a harder road than it even is now. Because if Rhea can't get her to the point where the fans buy into Jade as a viable wrestler, who else is left? There's nobody else that can put her over.
Have nobody, which is why maybe she should go down to NXT. Like, my thing is, like, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's very easy for Black women to be considered hard to work with because you advocate for yourself and suddenly you're impossible to work with or difficult. Now, I'm not saying this is the case, because she could absolutely have an attitude of, I am the best and I don't hear you. So that entirely could be the situation. But I also think that there are dimensions to that. And I think we have to consider all of them because we aren't there, right? So we don't know actually what's happening. But I do think, like, even more reason to send her back to NXT to kind of start over a little bit, which sucks right now because now it's going to look like a step back in a way. But
it shouldn't, though.
They need to, because it's not working. It hasn't been working for a long time, but now it's so blatantly not working. And then you have but I also want to point out, it's not just not working with her. It's not working with Julia.
No.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And the crazy part is it should work with Julia.
Absolutely.
But they just did not invest any time in the Julia. Now, Kiana is just now starting to click because they put her in an elimination chamber. Mm-hmm. If they hadn't done that, and also Kiana's been chicking and kicking and training with Charlotte. So she's already kind of in the in-girl circle right here. But Julia, on the other hand, it should work with her. But they don't know what to do with her.
I feel like that's also a booking issue. I think part of it is like they're not letting Julia
be Julia.
Like when we saw that stomp with Rhea, and everybody was like, "That's Julia."
Yeah,
and like we need to see that, but we're not seeing that. Like she's in this WWE system, and like
they won't let her be.
But look how long it took them to let Natalia be Natty.
Right.
And we still ain't full Natty. We getting like low down a little bit of iced tea. Like we're not getting the Natty from Bloodsport because I want that one. Okay, that's the one I want.
I'll say this: if the previous heads of creative had not been removed, we would still see this ongoing issue. With new heads of creative and one of them being a woman.
Yes. Maybe.
I know, but I'm saying
because she was there already.
Yes, she was.
I know, but could she had been what's the word I want to use? Could she have been held back or silenced, where now she's got full reign?
I will
But
say,
I don't think so.
Raw feels different. So I will say, Raw, I can see that maybe that's the case, but she was there before. But I will tell you that Raw feels very different now. Like the show after, not the one directly after, but the one like the second week, we saw that whole gauntlet match. We saw like women spotlighted in a real and important way. And I was like, oh my God, like, yes.
Most of the matches.
So I will say we did start to see that. My problem is, are we starting to see that same thing on SmackDown?
No.
But who did they just remove from SmackDown's head of creative?
The other person was still there. The other person, Ryan, whatever, he was sitting there and Unreal there too, to be for real. He was sitting right next to them looking just as confused as ever. So I'm not convinced that he's going to be necessarily as effective at telling a woman's stories. This is why actually, to be fair, doesn't she oversee, wait a minute. Doesn't she oversee Raw, the new lady? Not new, the one promoted. She only oversees Raw.
Yeah.
And then you have a different, I think Ryan is the one who's overseeing SmackDown. Yeah.
He took the Road Dogg position.
Yeah, but Road Dogg, he did that to himself, unfortunately.
But Road Dogg also came from that era of bra and panty matches, and that's how he saw women. But I do want to mention this about the Rhea Jade thing, and I agree with everything Stacey said, and Tanisha and Kiara. All your points are 100% true. I think her biggest issue, which may be why she kind of cracked that fourth wall and said, well, you went to creative, that whole creative statement, that's because she doesn't understand how to advocate for herself or to, I hate to use this term, but cozy up. You know what I mean?
How to play the game.
That you know how to play the game. That's number one. And then the top game players, who happen to be two other Black women, have said you are difficult to work with. And those two Black women, I feel, because we know Bianca, Triple H loves Bianca.
Beloved.
And he loves Naomi.
Beloved.
And they have been, their opinion matters in the locker room just as much as Charlotte and Rhea's.
If not more.
If not more. Have you noticed? And I think it was Stacey that pointed this out. When Natty had that whole boat trip, who wasn't there? How come everybody else, including B-Fab, including Michin,
they were all there.
No, I'm saying those women also have trained with Natty at the dungeon.
Yes, they have.
Who hasn't been there?
Some people who need to be there. Some people who need to be there. Okay.
And do you want to wonder why, if Naomi and Bianca are saying they are frustrated, Natty sure ain't gonna waste her time.
No,
even the Street Profits at the dungeon. I see them more at the dungeon than I see them on TV.
Right. That dungeon is turning out some magic, okay?
For real.
Liv is there, Stephanie's there.
They up there doing things that we're like, wow.
If we're seeing almost all of the women's division at the dungeon with Natty, and we know Natty run them women when they train with her. If Natty won't even invite her to a boat trip,
this is also speculation, because she could have. And Jade could have been like, I got something to do.
Right. Maybe she had other commitments. Right.
It is speculation. I'm just saying, if Natty got her hands on Jade and Jade was really willing, if everything that Bianca and Naomi spoke to is true, if she would back down that attitude and really let Natty and the other women work with her, what could she be right now?
Magic. She could.
Agreed.
And I think they fast tracked her Because if you remember from the moment she signed, and then we saw her, on the throne at NXT, we saw her show up at SmackDown where she did have that face off with Charlotte. And I think at one point they were going to give us that match, but now probably not so. And then we saw her pop up on Raw, and then she was gone for a while because of the unfortunate passing of her mother. May she rest in peace. And then I think they had planned all this big stuff for Jade. And they were like, well, when she comes back, we really got to move now. And then they just skipped over NXT and put her on the main roster. Yeah. I think that was the knife that kind of started this. I don't want to say knife. This is the domino that started the effect of where we are now, along with other factors.
Yeah. I could definitely
see that. Issue, though. I think there could be a deeper issue that I think Jade is a product of a deeper issue. Last year was the year of the women. Evolve was the best PLE of the year.
Amazing. It really was.
To me, one of the greatest moments of the entire year was Jade coming into Elimination Chamber and going for Naomi. Like
it was, yes, it was
rent free in my mind, right? Like I can't think of a time where we didn't see amazing matches from the women all year long.
Yeah.
And look where we are right now. We're all uncertain on how we feel about women's matches for Mania. Last year, we were living for it, right? And Mania wasn't the end of the year. It was the beginning of the build that took us through the entire year. Like we saw incredible moments, incredible matches, and incredible PLE from the women. And the women are not getting that same love and respect and match times and quality matches that they had last year. So I think systemically, we're seeing a deeper issue. Because the women carried every single PLE last year.
Yeah.
Even WrestlePalooza, that was a total trash compactor. The women were hands down the greatest. Now we're seeing, I don't want to say the men fight back, but Candace, you said it, the bookers fight back. Because the bookers are making it so the men are having a spotlight now, and the women have all been shoved into tag matches, so we can condense them into spaces that they don't take so much relevancy in the WWE space. So Jade is a product of that. So she could have had the opportunity to grow and to be better if she had relevant people to fight. But how can she have an Alexa and a Charlotte if they're besties in the tags? And how can she fight Nia? And this is the other thing. Let's be honest. I love Legend. I love Latch Legend. I love her. When she came, I was like, finally. They put her with Nia, which is a great space for her. Just like Roxanne in Raw goes to Judgment Day. They are flourishing. Julia, to your point, Kara, is failing. Jade is getting a lot of heat and backlash. So they are unequally matching people up to succeed or fail. But now the women are failing as well because they're not getting the right bookings because they're going to put everybody in the tags. So everybody not in the tags, unless you're Chelsea Green, because she believes in you give me 30 seconds, or in SmackDown's case, you give me 5 seconds in a wheelchair and I'm going to be the star of the night. And she was. But not everybody understands that piece. So you've got women now that we're going back to the olden days of fighting for our lives to get time.
Yeah.
Because we're going to put everybody in tags and nothing else matters. So we are seeing an unrealistic imbalance of women time right now. So the women are being buried and they're being taken to smaller spaces. So you have big names, big talents that are all now fighting for time that last year we got. We're seeing less ticket sales. We're seeing less everything. And I think that's because they're taking us to a space of irrelevancy because we carried the year. And that's a problem. That's a systemic issue that's going to have to change, or it's going to get worse and worse as the year progresses.
I agree with you. And then other promotions, like take what Bailey did in AAA.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I was so psyched. They celebrated her like she was John Cena. Yes. Like I was sitting here like, hold up. Like, and I was so proud finally that Bailey was getting the love that she gets overseas.
Yes.
And I was like, why is she getting this in Mexico? And like the US is kind of like, yay, but it's not the same level of like elevation. And you put her in that match, and it was incredible. I just sat there like, I was like mind blown. And I was a little pissed that she lost. I ain't gonna hold you, but I get it because she knew here. You know what I'm saying? So we knew here. So we gotta give her some more time. But she had mentioned she wanted to go there. And that was an amazing showcase for her. Just like Natty going to AAA was great. Chelsea going to AAA was great. Lola going to AAA was great. So I was like, the only way you get time here is if you go hang out in NXT or you go to AAA.
Yes.
Everybody else. Maxine and Natty are fighting in the edges and the commercial breaks and the 2 seconds of it all. And I was like, what's happening? Why are they? This is supposed to be a feud that is serious, and we catching glimpses of a feud. Go ahead, Tanisha.
Yep.
You know what we could have done when they were doing the whole TNA thing? They could have brought her over there and let her fight some other people.
They need all the help they can get in TNA with the female wrestler situation, but the problem is they can't rely on WWE talent to do that anymore. Because TNA is doing their own thing, right? They're building up their own things, and they cannot continue relying on WWE to like build their stories up. Besides, we already know it's like a revolving door. If TNA likes you, you end up in WWE, and they're gonna take you, and then you're gonna be left there, TNA wondering what to do next. Okay, so they cannot share anymore. But the problem is that TNA's women's division was outstanding for the longest time. And now they're in the process of rebuilding. But AEW is also building, and they're doing a hell of a job, minus the Ronda Rousey of it all, because I am not co-signing that nonsense. But they are building up their own too. Like that match with Tony and Marina, oh my God. I sat there like, ooh, and she ain't got no shoes on. Jesus. It's like, help me. So I'm like, they're in danger of making their women irrelevant in a time in which they can go other places. So it is a mistake. But they're doing this at the same time they're building them in NXT. And so it's becoming this pipeline of crazy. Like, it's like, what are you going to do with them? Now, once they're ready to bake and move over to WWE, so for you to put them in small places, for you to release them because they're not doing what you want them to do, for them to go to other places and become stars, other places, and you hope that they boomerang at some point.
Yep.
Go ahead, Faith.
I 100% agree with that, because I immediately, when you were talking about them being released because you don't want them to do or say or behave the way you want them to, right? I thought about the young lady that was part of Fatal Influence.
Next.
Yeah, thank you. When she was asked, she was like, they don't value me. And I don't think she was asking for an unreasonable amount of money. And when they actually let her in the ring to work in the ring, the girl good. I was impressed by her. What was it? Homecoming. When they had that tag match with Rhea and Stephanie, she was showing out in that match a little bit. And I wanted to see what she did for. And then the next thing I know, she bonked on the head, laid out. In NXT, and by the way, NXT is unsafe. I just want to say that the parking lot, deadly.
True story.
But
true story. They need security. They need real measures.
But unfortunately, I think, and Stacey hit on this about the tag, putting all the top women stars in the tag team. Unfortunately, they're about to do it with Jade.
Yep.
They've already planted that seed. Her and B-Fab are about to become a tag team.
Yep.
Somehow I do see B-Fab emerging during Jade's WrestleMania match. And it's because what happens when they first start having these stare downs with Jade and B-Fab, I was like, okay, y'all trying to tell us something without telling us something. But then it kept going nowhere. Well, then here you come. Every time Jade approaches B-Fab, who pops up? Meechin.
Meechin.
Every single time. And B-Fab says nothing about it.
Yep.
Meechin starts talking to her, and B-Fab's just like, I think B-Fab, the storyline is B-Fab is getting fed up with Meechin always stepping in the way of what could have been I think, a good storyline if it was booked right with Jade and B-Fab, because B-Fab impressed me in the ring too, in the few matches that I saw her. But
I don't want them together. I do not want them two together. Listen, this is not a good idea.
They're gonna do it anyway. They're gonna do it anyway.
Here's how I would book this, because this is crazy to me. It is so easy to fix this problem. Okay, when Jade was in AEW, she had a baddie crew.
Yep.
Okay, make them part of the baddie crew. You turn one of them matches like they do in NXT where you can't have no freedom, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, where you just become part of the passer on. Or maybe eventually they get tired of fighting Jade and they like, we should just like, you see how she's a champion. Maybe we should just like, and you make Meechin and you make B-Fab a tag team and you turn that into a faction. That's what you do. You turn all three of them into a faction and have them like ride shotgun over SmackDown. Then you immediately get a chance to put Meechin and B-Fab in this tag team craziness, and you leave Jade out for whatever they have coming. But they need to have something coming from her. Like, that would make sense to me. Make them a faction, because they're the outliers right now.
Isn't that where we're heading? I assume that's where we're heading.
Because she was recruiting baddies online. So I was like, please come back with the baddie crew.
Well, what was that on SmackDown?
Kissing people.
B-Fab talking to Jade, and then they went walking off in the distance. So that's why I was like, are you, is that?
And I think B-Fab can help Meechin come around to the baddie crew. Because remember, she was a baddie before. Isn't she an HBIC? Like, she was part of that too. So I was like, hold up. We could just go ahead and rerun this story and just put them in a crew together. Because I think if you make those personalities a crew, now you got the bad girls crew. Yes. Now I know we got Nia and Lash, but admittedly, and I love me some Lash, and I do. I still think it's too soon for her to be up there. I still think it's too soon for her to be up there, because I feel like we're replaying what was happening with Bianca and Jade. I think it's too soon, except that maybe Lash is a lot more willing and able to listen and stuff. What's the spoiler, Faith?
Okay. So Candace is right. They are heading towards bringing in a women's faction, because the women's faction that it was supposed to be, the leader of it has a baby daddy that ruined everything for us, but we still love him anyway.
We're talking about Willis.
Naomi was supposed to start the female bloodline.
Oh. He was the heel of the year last year. It was all his fault. I'm still upset.
His fault.
She was looking real thick. We have been talking about this. I said, somebody is getting it in. If you was watching her Instagram, we was like, ma'am, there's a little too much happening in your marriage right now. Like, might want to cool it down.
But the fact,
I was like, she getting thicker. What's that about?
Well, when you posted pictures of your cake and thighs visual on the elevator door, talking about come get a rise, Jimmy. I mean,
don't proceed with caution. She said, "Do not proceed with caution."
She showed hashtag me too. But the faction was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Naomi, Nia. They were supposed to bring up PJ Vasa to be a part of it.
Oh, that would have been good.
And there was talks. There were talks about the Tonga twins coming into it.
Really?
That would have been a female bloodline, but because Jimmy is potent, we'll just say that Jimmy potent, okay, and kapow, and now we got Baby Uso in there kicking Naomi and all that stuff. I think that's why we're gonna see maybe people come to Jade, not necessarily her go to them, but women come to Jade so that we can break up this whole tag team, whatever this is. But they got to be a tag team first, because you can't begin to be a faction with one person, right? And you got to test it. You got to test it on screen. That's why I love the Royal Rumble. They test feuds in the Rumble. That's when you see people staring down each other, right? You're like, "Ooh, okay, that was a great reaction. Let's move forward with that storyline and build there." People, when they saw Jade talking with B-Fab on Friday, I know people were like, "Oh, B."
I was like, y'all too
Because
close.
I think it could be something bad.
Y'all too
I
close.
hope they do it right.
But I really think, like, if you remember, like, Michin, I don't want her by herself either. I think, like, this is, like, a actually really smart way of going about it, because those two were a tag team. Even though they had got injured, they had got lost somewhere, but they were a tag team first. And I'm like, could you actually, I could see this becoming a thing. Easy. All right, now we got to stop this conversation, because you know what? We ain't got to nothing. You guys.
We kikiing up in here.
You can tell we having a really good time because we ain't got to nothing. That's not a daggone thing.
One
But
of my friends was watching, and she's like, "I gotta go to bed," but she was like, "Y'all having a good time."
we're having
I
great.
know. I'm looking at them like we're at the 2-hour mark, and normally we're like, okay, so good night. Have a great one. See you later.
We do have to briefly get into AEW because we've been talking WWE this whole time. So let's briefly get into some of the hits. And first, we're going to talk about this Ronda Rousey of it all, because we know that she showed up after Toni Storm and Marina in that situation with Toni winning. And then Ronda shows up. How do we feel about this? Do we think this is a good
option? Go back to the farm.
Thank you. Gone back to Hawaii.
Agreed.
Or she can go back to MMA like she was saying she was going to go back to, but I also don't know why. But you know what? Whatever, each their own. But all the junk that you were talking about, wrestlers and fakeness and all this stuff, and somehow you're at AEW. Why? Because they stick needles in people's mouths. Now you're like, oh, this is real, nigga. Please. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry to talk, but I mean, like, really? I was not excited. I was not enthused. I was like, why are you there? Like, we don't need you. Like, go somewhere. And I don't even watch AEW, but it was still like, girl, why?
Because they're the only ones that would take her.
So sorry.
Exactly.
There you go.
But it's not even that. Why do you even want to come back? You kept talking so much junk.
But she talks junk about MMA too, which I don't understand. Why you having this match or this, whatever you want to call it, in MMA when you talk trash about them too?
I just hope she gets knocked out.
She's entitled. You know what it is? She's an entitled person.
Yep.
Yes.
Who thinks that her shit don't stink. Okay. Which is kind of crazy because you live on a farm.
Reader. Go ahead, Tanisha. Reader.
2, girl, you got beat in your last MMA fight. So I don't know why you think you need to go back, but you got beat. And I saw that. And she knocked you smooth the fuck out. Sorry, TikTok. I'm so sorry. Don't end this.
Right. We are where we are. Grown people. Go ahead.
But like, girl, and the last time you were in WWE, it was not, I don't know what you were doing. You did not seem like you were prepared. You didn't seem like you wanted to be there. Like, it was just like, and then they literally, when you got to WWE, they handed everything to you. You did not earn not one thing. So for you to sit here and talk so much stuff, they gave me this person. Girl, because they were trying to make you look good. Because all they wanted was the name. You were Ronda Rousey. Then Roddy Piper sat here and was hyping you up. And now you're, and then on top of that, you have the nerve to have his jacket on at AEW. What is wrong with you?
Right.
Because she a disrespectful hose bag. That's what's wrong with her.
Yep.
100%. How dare you try to trash someone like Alexa? How dare you?
Not Alexa.
Alexa put in work. She's put in time. She's honed her craft. You could tell she's a student of what she does. And then you bring your entitled ass on up and through here thinking that you was going to get what? Number one, they put you with The Rock and bring you in that way during WrestleMania, and you still wasn't grateful. Then they put you in with Charlotte and Becky, 2 of the 4 horsewomen, and your ass still wasn't grateful. Then you get mad because we make fun of you because of your sorry ass promo skills.
It was bad. It was bad.
You stuttered over yourself. You couldn't even talk in the mic. But now you want to raise your voice and talk about this, that, and the third. Girl, if you don't go back to your farm and birth more babies, Natty was right. Natty was right. Go on and push your carriage somewhere and leave wrestling to the real women.
Yep.
That's where we are.
I can't stand Ronda Rousey. I'm sorry. I can't stand
I
her.
wasn't pleased either. I ain't gonna hold you. I was very upset. I was like, excuse me, why are you here? Why ruin this? Then I was like, Marina, I was really effing with you, and now I have thoughts and feelings. Like, I just don't.
They're still friends. They've always been friends. I just thought she was there because of Shafir.
With her on my screen. You know what I'm saying? You can be friends with her when I don't have to see. Go live your life off camera. You could be besties. Y'all could take Instagram pictures because I don't follow you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could do all you need to do there. But don't come on.
This is the Lululemon. You be friends in real life.
Here, where Marina, I F with Marina. You hear me? Stacey, somebody to watch. Marina. She be just
she's not somebody.
Got it.
No, don't take notes. She's not somebody to watch, Stacey. Don't do it. Don't do it.
She's just as tough as the dudes. Like John be like, she's the problem. That's right. I was like, ma'am. She come out there, you be like, listen, all I need is Marina. I don't even need the rest of the crew. I just need her.
Tanisha, would you rather watch Marina or Ronda's match?
Neither.
If you had to choose.
Neither.
Oh, Tanisha.
Neither.
Marina was very good.
You can put me. No, because I remember the first thing of me seeing Marina was when she was doing the little trying to run and do the chops, and her chops didn't look they were hurting nobody. So no, you could blindfold me. You could dismiss me. You could put headphones on and make me dance until the match is over.
I was gonna say because Ronda is definitely a bathroom break. Ronda is a go get you a quickie, real quick break. Ronda is we ain't paying no attention. Let me go roll one break. Ronda is I gotta get this hangnail off my toe break. Like,
okay, she's all of those things. That's crazy. Okay, all right. So we got thoughts and feelings about Ronda. All right, other things I really need to cover because you guys, we gotta talk about that death match. First of all,
viewers have to talk about it.
Let me finish this thought. Viewers' discretion advised. That is what I'm going to tell you. It was literally the most violent thing I have seen all year. Okay? So if you are squeamish, this is not for you. There was needles. There was glass. It was the last match of the night for a reason. Not that it helped because we definitely saw a lot of blood in that Young Bucks match too, which was the first match of the night. But this one was way worse. So I always tell people, if it's a hangman match for a title, you might want to hold. You might want to just watch that when you prepared to deal with the violence that will be uncovered. Him and Swerve, they have no limits. They don't know no better. And MJF, I thought he knew better because he was really enjoying his Hollywood time. But here we are, back on the shenanigans, bleeding, looking like it's a crime scene. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, he choked his ass out.
Yes, he did. I think that was wire. Listen, all I'm saying.
It was a dog collar or something. Choked him out against the rope.
I saw that.
And then dropped him.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And that was after. No, that was after.
That was after he got the needle. Okay, Stacey, this is how I knew it got crazy, okay? All of a sudden, I saw a syringe full of some liquid. And I said, I took myself on mute. I said, is that a syringe and a needle with liquid in it that we don't know of? And here comes Kara. Yes, it is. And as that happened, I said, "Wait, is he about to do what I think he about to do?" She
Okay.
goes, "Yes."
He did it wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all right now. The way
He
you're
did it
supposed
wrong?
to do this, yes. The way you're supposed to do this, because it was done before, by the way. It was done
wow.
before.
That makes it so
Is that you're supposed to stick it in their cheek. It's almost like going to the dentist. And it basically is a numbing situation,
Yeah.
right? But let me tell you something. You're not supposed to go through the cheek, which I was like,
Right?
what are you doing? I was like, that should not have happened. Like he was too zealous and therefore should not be working in the medical field because it's never supposed to go out the other way. And I was like, sir.
The way I cringed. The way
I just did not understand. Like, I was like, why did you do that? Now, listen, the collars and stuff, I mean, that's to be expected. You know, chains, glass, to be expected, because that's what these people do. But the syringe was one step too far, I will tell you. Y'all had me. And then I had to pause because I was just overwhelmed at that point. It was too much. But I will tell you, AEW is for the sickos for a good reason. But if you have children watching that, don't have them watching the last match shot ever. Make sure you watch that first.
It goes too far.
I really want to get into AEW. I really do, because I do love my Moxley. I know his time in wrestling is gonna be coming to an end because although Moxley may be 60,
I was gonna say I don't know if his gonna come.
And I like MJF because he's a whole jerk. And you know what? Sometimes you gotta love you a good jerk, right?
He is like completely unredeemable, which I love.
I love it. And Tony, who don't love? If you don't love, I don't know. If you don't love you some Tony, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I guess you don't know what's wrong with me.
You don't like Tony?
Okay, you talking about Tony Storm, correct?
I'm talking about Tony Storm.
I just want to make sure we was talking to the right person. Yeah, she
don't. No, because why she gotta grab somebody's boob and put it in the mouth while she in the match?
Oh yeah, that did happen.
That did happen. Yeah.
Why she gotta be smelling people's cooch?
That was really funny. Okay, so I don't know if you saw this clip, Stacey, but there was a clip.
I did not.
I was like, no licking people, no sniffing people. Stop it. That was all about Tony. That clip that went crazy, that was Tony doing crazy things. And absolutely, Tony grabbed homegirl's boob, pushed what was the little of it together, and then bit it. And I was like, really, sis? This is what we're doing. They were also biting feet. It was a whole moment. I was like, guys.
Tony, though. Like, I kind of expected from her.
It's right. Yes, Candace gets it. It's Tony. Like, when she made this statement,
it's kind of likable.
Walk the line. She has a wife who comes to the ring. Like, Mina hangs out. Like, Tony is a Tony. Like, she was the one who had Mercedes in that move and was like,
yes, sniffing her coach. Like, yes,
Tony.
Yes.
Tony being Tony.
And then she thanked her for keeping it clean, like Tony. But I really want to watch AEW, y'all. And maybe Candace, Kiara, maybe y'all can get some matches that will work.
Here's where I'm going to tell you.
Just start watching Dynamite.
Watch Andrade versus Bandito. That's
a good match.
I've heard about that match.
That was so, first of all,
very good.
Andrade, me and you here. Listen here. You are clearly living your best divorced man life. And I am here for it. And as long as you need to continue feeling like you are as hot as you are.
Woo, the passion.
And you come in to the shows, find you a new chick each week, take a picture. I'm going to make sure I'm there when.
Take your pants off.
Oh, Candace. Okay.
He does. He removes his pants. I mean, he was just
but we didn't expect you to say that, Candace.
I know. That's why I was like,
he does it every match now. He removes his pants.
And it wasn't
has trunks on.
Does he have a man pants?
If my husband saw this, that was did not say.
He has wrestling trunks on.
He does.
But it is
if you watch AEW, you know it doesn't sound that like obscene.
I'm telling you, if you have, there's some matches to watch. Here you go, Andrade versus Bandito. Make sure you watch that. Let me try to see.
Do you want to know where I think I messed up? Somebody, okay, my first real watch match for AEW was Swerve versus, oh
Not
my God,
Hangman.
Not Hangman.
yes, where the blood,
Oh no.
and I was like, yeah.
Was that the
I
one?
was
That
off
wasn't
of
the
it.
one where he hung him, was it? No, was that the other one?
It was the one where he was drinking his blood from like his
Yeah,
like
I saw that. I was like,
the-
why did we? So that does
No.
happen.
Stacey, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's not the first
See,
one.
Stacey, that's what I told you. You don't need to.
So
You just
start
got-
off
I
with
might be in your camp, Tanisha. I might have to be in your camp because I don't know that I'm down for any of
You
this.
gotta pick and choose. And honestly, Dynamite is not as bad, though.
don't watch this past Dynamite with the
Thank
coffin.
you.
I'm about to say because then something
Don't do
happened
that
this
one.
past Dynamite. So y'all keep
Wait,
saying
wait.
Dynamite, but something was
Committed a
happening by
crime
Dynamite
With
too.
Gabe and Darby, don't watch that one. Skip
Yeah.
that. With the
I'm
car
scared of
and the-
Darby.
No, don't skip it. So you can watch it so you can understand what I'm saying.
Definitely skip it because it was definitely a crime. It takes you back to Attitude Era. There was something about, putting people in the trunk and then flipping the car. I mean,
Yeah. Don't
then they
skip
get
that
out the
one.
car, and then like Gabe rolls out the car, and then they proceed to have a coffin match. I ain't gonna hold you. I was laughing. I was like, I'm sorry. Did you
This
have
is
the
on a
audacity
weekly show?
to have a coffin match after this? This was on TV. Yes, it was. I saw it
Yes.
on HBO Max, but it was on TV.
Yeah, it's on
Their weekly
yeah,
show.
Yes.
Yes.
Dynamite is really good though, typically. Like I will tell you, who had an amazing match? Will Ospreay
Mm.
and Blake Christian. And I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't know who Blake Christian was before that, but I do now. I do now. Another tag team to watch: Kevin Knight, Mike Bailey,
Speedball.
Speedball, I don't know, and something like that. Excellent tag team, very, very good. They have a lot of talent that's good, that's coming up, that's like excellent. Their quality of their matches is really, really good. The problem is they just tend to go overboard with the blood and the stunts of it all, which is exciting, but it can turn people off, admittedly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you I can admittedly tell you there was points where I was like, no, I won't be doing this. But there's matches that I would absolutely never miss. Like I knew I was gonna love Bandito and Andrade. There was no way in the world I was gonna miss that. The fact that Will Ospreay was coming back, I was like, I was clapping just as loud. Again, I don't know how I fell in love with Will Ospreay. I don't know what happened, but he's exceptional. When you see Ricochet and The Demand, they're really good. Like there's a lot of amazing talent there. You just kind of have to pick and choose, and you can kind of get a guess on like how crazy it's going to get. Like you're not going to be caught unawares. Once you're like, oh, nope, this is not for me. You just go ahead, skip past the match. Like this is not for me. Or do what we do. Start with the YouTube highlights first and decide which matches you're going to watch, because sometimes it can go too far. But I will tell you, there were some really good matches beyond all the blood. And I do think that Young Blood match with FTR, was it FTR? Was it them? Am I got it right? I can't remember right now. Yes, it was, because Christian and Adam.
Cope and Kate.
Yeah, they came out. So FTR and Young Bucks was an excellent match too. It did get bloodier than I thought it would. I was like,
very bloody.
I was like, when did y'all start doing this? This is new to me. I was very confused.
I feel like FTR likes the blood.
They do, and I was like, maybe we need to just make sure y'all don't have no more matches together, because typically Young Bucks, they don't do all that. Like I was like, they was bleeding. It was like that was really the first crime scene of the night, and I was like, that's what we doing. I'm glad I didn't eat yet.
Also, AEW, they embrace the silliness, like
they do.
0 Hour, Boom and Doom. I can't help it. I like.
Did you like that? Because I needed to talk about this because you just brought this to mind.
It's silly.
There was a situation
with
Boom. Was it Boom and Doom? With that little boy and the girl. I was so distraught when I saw this. Let me see, because I think I took a whole picture. I was like, what is happening in this picture? The Rizzler, I think they're from Ring of Honor.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
And they like she comes over to the side of the ring and the wrestler comes over. He looks like maybe a 10, 11, 12-year-old boy. And he comes over and then she looks at him and he looks at her like this and she just starts looking.
Yeah, he like,
I was like, what the?
that's a little weird.
I was like, this is unacceptable behavior.
Besides that, everything else was kind of funny.
I was like, unacceptable. That
And then
bothered me.
Wayne Brady slapped somebody.
That was funny. Yeah, Wayne Brady was slapping people. Like, there are really good moments. I just think, like, sometimes they can overshadow themselves with the violence and it can get unnecessary and overdone. But I will still tell you, like, love me a Kenny Omega match. Love lots of the ones that kind of happen. I would start with Dynamite. Collision has the Rascals who came over from TNA, and they are living their best green life with their clubhouse got to upgrade. So they're living their best life. I'm pretty sure their shirt is Smoke 'em. I'm pretty sure that's what that says. And I was like, I'm a need one. I don't even like green that much, but I'm gonna need one because they look
That's
like
how I got into AEW. I just started off with Dynamite and Collision, and then you.
I don't always do Collision, but I do Dynamite on a regular. But you know, here and there, start with the YouTube clips and see where they take you, because I think YouTube is not going to give you too much of the extra blood because it'd be like, no. So start with YouTube, and then because you'll know that that's not a match for you. Okay, you will know. So that's my recommendation. So anyway, beyond that, so what did you think about the pay-per-view, Candace? Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was just long.
Nobody asked for 5 hours. Y'all need to pace yourselves.
And that's the exhausting part. I'm like, this just long. It's just a long pay-per-view. So I feel like I want WWE to do more matches, and I want AEW to do less matches. Like, I'm not gonna say the entire roster. What, WWE?
No, AEW. Some of these matches are unnecessarily too long. Like, I was like, if you could cut about 3 of them spots, particularly the ones where somebody's bleeding profusely, then we wouldn't be here for 2.5 extra hours. Plus, I'd be like, y'all ain't got no towels ringside. Like, you could have gave that man a towel while he was bleeding so much he couldn't see. Like, come on. It looked like he was taking a shower. It was crazy. Crazy work.
I thought it was really good. There were a lot of good matches. You had surprises. I mean, whether you like Ronda or not, she was a surprise. Excluding her, you had Ospreay return. You had Cope and Cage return. We're going to see what's happened with Hangman Adam Page. We'll see what happens with him. I feel like eventually he's going to say, nah, when I said I wasn't going to try to get another title match, that was a lie.
Yeah,
I go back on my word.
They always go back on that, though. So I'm like,
I'm gonna go back on my word. I take that back.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really good. Long, very long, but I thought really, really good. It was a really good match. Yeah. I mean, really good pay-per-view.
I thought it was excellent matches. It went too far lots of times, but I'm still gonna keep buying them because I really enjoy.
Yeah, we could have cut out a few matches. Yes, that was fine.
Yes, we could have. All right. Quickly, because we're about to wrap up real quick. So, did we enjoy Drew quitting and then coming right back? How do we feel about that on SmackDown?
Drew been quit
2 hours and 3 minutes.
Been quitting like the last few months.
2 hours and 3 minutes of Drew quitting, and then he's back. So,
Drew done quit 7,622 times over the last 2 years, and he gets rehired within 5 minutes and 46 seconds, which is longer than his title run was. Just saying.
Heard. Very, very true. I will say that is crazy.
But I'm here for
that.
It
happens to be insane.
Same.
Too. Who does not love? Who does not love it? Honestly. All right, and then let's quickly. I know we talked about some Randy and some Cody. Besides us being really excited that we got old school Randy back, what are we looking forward to for tomorrow in Raleigh that I may or may not end up going to, depending on ticket?
Well,
unless y'all out there want to sponsor me, you're welcome to do that.
Y'all can do it as a birthday gift because her birthday coming. Sorry.
That's a good plug right there. That's a good plug right there.
She's not wrong. She's not. It is coming.
Didn't Randy say when he was on the phone with the anonymous person that he would see them on Friday?
Yep.
I think
Yes,
it's
he
The
did.
Rock. I don't know why, but whatever.
The only
I think it's his father or something.
I don't know,
Like,
because he
Flair, because we're in North Carolina.
Yep.
I thought about it being Flair too. I was like, could it be Ric Flair? Because he said, "Thank you for coming."
Or could it be Dusty?
Cody's brother. I don't know if
he's under 5-year contract though, because I said that we talked about this last night on ours. I think it's Flair because Dustin's still under contract. He at the Linda last year. That's why when Cody won, he couldn't be seen. He was there in the arena, but he couldn't be seen because he has 4 years left on his contract. So it can't be Dustin. He's still got 4 years left.
Yeah, Flair country.
I would love for it to be because it makes sense, but he's got too much time on his contract.
That would be juicy, but yeah, I could see it being Ric Flair. Because when he said wrestling has more than one royal family, immediately I thought Flair. Because I was like, Charlotte? Wait, I was like, Charlotte's already there. Hold on. I was like, wait a minute.
I mean,
we're in Flair country.
We are in Flair country.
So I feel like that's like
I think people think it was The Rock because he said that line, more than one royal family. And when people think of Cody in relation to Cody, they're immediately gonna go to, well, that's Rock, the NYE Fatu family, because, and it would make sense, honestly. If he was talking to The Rock, it would make sense. Do we want to see The Rock involved in this? No.
No, I don't. I don't see why that would.
WrestleMania season. If you think the last 4 years, he's been involved at some point in WrestleMania season.
But I feel like he is, but I don't think it's this one. I think he's going towards that other main event.
I saw an interesting take that I was kind of like, my son-in-law sent this to me, and I was like, I would not be mad about this. He sent me one picture after he said there's more than one family. He sent me a picture of the Hardy Boys. Because we know they're on the road to be eventually retiring soon.
Mm-hmm.
They're adjacent at TNA. That would give them a leg into coming back to the Road to Mania. I was like, I would not be mad about that because I was, my old AOL email account was Stace Hardy's for Life a million years ago. But that would be, I agree, Candace. I think it's Ric Flair, but I would not be mad about being the Hardys.
It's Triple H. It's probably Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I think it's gotta be.
Oh, and you know what? I guess that would kind of be what's that? Jeez, what's that word?
Poetic?
Full circle. Because if you think about it, Randy and Cody have a history and they were a part of a faction.
Yep.
Then you have Ric Flair, who was also a part of a faction with what's that boy name? Randy. So it would make sense too, because now you have an old faction against another faction. And it would explain why he had no choice but to turn, because he has to turn on somebody.
Right. But he said that. He said that in his promo last week. He said it wasn't supposed to be you, Cody. He was fully expecting it to be Drew. So he said to Cody, it wasn't supposed to be you. So he was saying to him, I had to give you the beatdown because whoever is going to get me to Mania is going to be who gets the beatdown. And I wouldn't be surprised, since you're talking about factions, Tanisha, that what if it's Flair and Triple H? What if it's Flair and Paul? Because that takes us back to the faction that had Batista way back, which took him all the way up. So and he is also part of the original royal family.
That's true.
He's married in, but he's part of the OG. So it could be Flair and Paul, and he becomes the company man.
I'm so glad you mentioned Batista. I'm so glad you mentioned Batista. And I'll tell you why. Because it all comes together. Drew, although we see him going into the storyline with Jacob, is
Mhm.
still very much a part of the storyline with Cody and Randy.
Yes.
And when he stood over Jacob after that Claymore, what did y'all see him do? The thumbs down that Batista used to do. And so it would make sense, all this tie in together. That's why I'm like, it has to be Ric Flair, because Randy said the person that he was talking to reminded him just who the hell he was.
Yep, I heard that part.
Ric Flair is good at doing that. I'm here. Anything that Mr. Oz does, I'm co-signing. I will give you my debit card. I am here for you, sir. I know you got a wife, but I know you travel. If you ever need a home cooked meal, I am here in Everett, Washington. My oxtails are banging the greens off the chart.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I think on that note, I think it's time for us to go.
We still haven't talked about Monday Night Raw though.
Yeah, no, hold, because we are going to that next. I just want to. I don't know where we're done with Randy, because I don't know where further we can go. All right, so we're ending on the one thing I got to talk about: the feel of it all. Okay,
Not the feel.
the feel of it all. That's the last phrase in this episode, because the show closed with Roman Reigns getting deep under CM Punk's skin, repeatedly calling him Phil, and mocking his age and legacy. Punk responded by dropping the tribal chief with a simple punch to close the show. He was also smiling and laughing and looking otherwise delicious. I can't even. But more importantly than that, the rumor that I skipped over, because we didn't have time to go there, was that he was supposed to talk about Larry. But they chose to go in a different direction.
Ageism.
Ageism. That's right. Hit him with the hard stuff. But how did we feel about that last segment? Do we feel like it was strong enough? Feel like it were? Y'all gotta tell me, because I had thoughts and feelings when I saw it. I was like, well, thank God I'm distracted by his beauty. And if the next time he decides to look at the camera, can I get a little warning that my heart might stop? Because I need to tell y'all what happened to me. I was watching the show, and I was working, because I do that while I was watching the show. So I'm like,
Okay.
and then I see Roman. I was like, oh, I'll stop and watch for a second. And then he turned and looked at me, and I swear to God, I fell out of this chair. Okay? I fell right out of this chair. And I was like, thank God my children did not come to find out what happened, but the dog did, because that's the only one who probably loves me here in this house. But
And then she proceeds to call me and go, "Are you watching Raw?" I said, "No, I'm doing other things right now. What do you need?"
Get to it, is what I said.
And she was like, "Well, I literally fell out the chair because Roman was looking in the camera." And I was like, "He was doing what?" She goes, "I'm just telling you, I fell out the chair." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll watch it in a moment. I can't be falling and dropping and doing all these crazy things. Okay, I'm busy."
I cannot have been the only one who was stopped. Okay, I was really shook. Like, what? Okay, Stacey, Faith. Okay, I knew I couldn't be the only one. I was like, did this just happen to me? What is going on?
Through
I
my
was
skull.
captivated.
Oh,
Nobody told him to do that to me.
Not through your soul. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Dude.
Something about his eyes, and you were like, "Oh."
I'm with
sorry.
Stacey.
You
The
talking
way
about-
she reacting.
I
I
mean,
need
my
the whole
face is
moment.
hot just thinking about it. Just hot.
I was like, what did he do? Nobody told you to do that. Can I get a warning? Next time you
I
plan
do want to say, I think this is all his wife's doing, because he sure does never used to come out with chains. Okay. So he got him a little snap. I was like, okay, go ahead, wife. I hear you. She's like, I just want y'all to know I'm letting y'all borrow my man for a moment, but understand where he is coming later. I just need you to understand. But here you are, a package. And I was like,
I mean, I only need him for
God
a
bless that woman.
Yeah, God bless her out there,
God bless her.
all them beautiful children. Yes, keeping them
I
genes
hope
alive.
she has the best week.
Yes.
She
I
needs
hope
to have
you
the
had a
best week.
wonderful
Her
night.
pillow needs to be every night.
I do feel bad for his oldest daughter, because she like in college or whatever. So she probably like, Dad, can you stop like making people drop and drool all over you? Thanks, appreciate you.
No.
Probably like your daddy was in my dreams last night.
Right. He didn't just look at the camera. Let's be honest. He turned on the full smolder.
He did.
I was not prepared.
full smoke. I was unprepared as well. And I was uncomfortable because I was in the room with my husband and my boys, and I was like, what? I need to not be in this room. I need to go to the other room and watch the show. Like this seemed too personal for me. It was too
Felt
intimate.
real personal. And I need him to warn us if he's going to do that again, because I really felt like I had stopped breathing for a whole moment. And I was like, what just happened to me? But anyway, back to the end of the show. So, how do we feel?
With 2 other million women.
I know. He messed us all up. We probably need a support group.
Make it my screensaver something.
You know,
I'm gonna send you the picture. I'm gonna send you the picture.
I mean,
I love you, Faith.
I will say, I think here you go, guy. Me calling him Phil. Phil
I ain't gonna
definitely was trying to prove a point, especially when he was like, you on my show, you can't go nowhere. Now, granted, this is when I wish Roman would be like, nigga, please, and just punch him and just keep it moving, right?
Right.
So also in this moment, I felt like it showed a weakness for Roman. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all may hate me, and that's okay. Because I mean, I love him too. But you were being a little punk. Because I think Phil was right that you are sending people to do your dirty work. Now, granted, I don't think you sent the Usos to go do it. I think the Usos came out off principle because that's their friend, and you were talking about their uncle, and you're supposed to be my friend. So now I need to check you for it. But Roman showed a lot of weakness. I think so because one, you're trying to leave. CM Punk is sitting here with you, moving back and forth. And if this was in real life, you would have been knocked out.
Who was the weak one? Phil.
I don't know.
Wait,
hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Was like he was like three. Like toddlers do that junk when you try to get away from them. Okay, I was like the last time I saw somebody do that junk, they was real young. Don't leave me. Like, what's happening? Why are you behaving like a child? If anyone looked like a child, it was definitely CM Punk to me. Because I was like, did you seriously get in front of his face? Like, it was, like having a bully on the schoolyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, did you really have the audacity to get in my face because I want to leave you? So to me, I felt like Roman actually came from a place of strength because, in fact, CM Punk, I'm trying not to call him that, CM Punk, who looked like he was shook by this entire encounter. He lost his composure. He definitely had I feel like if he definitely showed that he was the most affected by him. And Roman's line, what was it?
Just call him old. I mean, in essence, he is old.
His line was like, leave me alone unless you have a new insult or something like that. Like, I was like, dang. That you call me when you got something new to say.
Yeah, I had a conversation with my brother because I was just like really aged. But my brother was kind of saying like Roman was like, we already know that you're good on the mic. So like he's never gonna be able to compete with CM Punk on the mic. But Roman already said, like in that tweet, you look dusty after this match, or whatever he said, rusty.
Like you were tired. Like you could tell that you needed a nap.
Sorry, Punk, you're not dusty. But
he is tired. Okay.
I'm gonna retire you. It's okay. And like, yeah, like you're old. So it kind of like it's the same theme that like I can show up a couple times a year. I'm good. Like I don't need to like be here like, breaking my neck or whatever. Like I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna always look good. And you're a try hard. You have to try hard to get these people to love you. And I don't. I can like show up a couple times a year and it's right. So I get it. Like it's kind of going. Is it enough to get us to Mania? I don't know.
That's the rough.
I want to say, I really think the line about AJ got underneath his skin because let me tell you.
Was he telling a lie though?
He wasn't telling a lie. Absolutely not. That's what I was about to say. He wasn't. But it was like, I mean, I feel like everybody throws AJ back at him because they're like, well, your wife. I mean,
The more successful wife, I mean, duh.
you
And
know?
we agree. We love her just as much as you love her. But my biggest thing is like, listen, this is also why I felt like Roman came up from a place of strength. Where did he lie? Everything he said was highly accurate. The one thing Roman will do, he ain't gonna lie. He might gaslight you. He might make you feel some kind of way with the words he's saying, but he's not lying.
Right.
He does not turn on you. So I think that's what makes him such an effective heel, because actually, like, he told the truth. CM Punk is old. Every time we do his matches, we be like, Jesus, he looked tired. Like, his face be red. He looked
his bags.
That's just how he looks.
No, but why he got some? Well, hold on. Why his bags look like they have bags?
They do.
Yes.
I was like, somebody need to get my guy some under eye circles.
Okay, so he got to get on the retinol, but it's fine.
He looks exhausted. And like every single match, I'd be like, oh, poor man. Is he all right? Every time I'm like, get that man an ice bath.
But I feel like he's always looked like that, right?
No.
And then he did in AEW because he had been off. See, that's the thing. We know he's coming back. So he has been off and he's older. That's fine. But for the champion, is that a look? When did Roman look out of place? Sometimes his hair don't even be out of place. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, that man looks immaculate. And I'm not saying that from like a biased perspective.
And
I'm saying
not
like
old.
Even when Drew was champion, we was like, oh, hey. Like,
he looked old, tired.
He still looked good. So that's my thing. Your champion should not look like he is on his last leg. He looked like the match was just as long as he was. Like when Roman tweeted that, I was like, amen and retweet, because I thought the same thing when he said it. And I was like, dang, it's like he was in my head, because I was like, Lord, that man looked tired. They should have gave the other person the title.
He looks like the dad who has like 7 kids and be the one who had to drop his kids off because he did not get his coffee.
Yep.
Yep. Accurate. Been there. Know that look.
I'm not like a super CM Punk fan, but I feel like I've been defending him a lot lately in this chat.
You have, and I understand, but you don't get that from me.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Shout out to my brother. He's a Punk fan.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out to brother. I mean, I do like CM Punk. Kiara, not too much. So I get it, but if it has to be him or Roman, I'm always gonna go for Roman. I'm never gonna go for CM Punk. I'm just saying.
So may I?
Yes, please.
How can I start this without going off the rail? Okay. So
do I need my inhaler?
No. So
you should just
bring mine.
So Roman, first off, thank you, Roman, for that moment that freed all the single women like me who have not been on a date in a while. I appreciate you. And Galena, thank you.
For letting us have your husband temporarily.
For letting us have him temporarily. Right. I think you have to, okay, which Roman is this? Because this isn't head of the table.
No.
This
is he the
dog?
OTC? YTC?
This ain't tribal chief either.
No.
And that moniker they gave him, the original tribal chief, and then they took the O away. If you look at his merch, they took the O away and replaced it with his Roman logo. And then it's just TC1, tribal chief 1. That still does not speak to who we see in the ring today, because that TC1 is going to connect to a storyline that's going to come probably right before SummerSlam, if what I was told is true, which is going to break my heart, but it has to happen. So, who is this woman?
Hold on, wait a minute, ma'am. You can't be dropping no small teeth and not be like
nuggets,
ma'am.
If it's
Listen,
gonna break my heart,
we
like
need to
break
close
my
this
heart, I
out with
need a
some
moment.
goodness, okay? We need to close this out because we got 3
Okay.
people rocking with us really hard, and I appreciate y'all because
Y'all stayed the whole time, y'all.
So okay, I'll say it quickly because I don't. So tribal chief 1. Why give the number 1 if there's no 2 or 3?
Right.
Well, okay, wait, but remember Solo was trying to say he was tribal chief.
Yeah, I went away.
This has nothing to do with Solo.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Because Solo about to get packed up by Tama Tonga anyway, so let's just let that happen.
Yep.
But I'm sorry.
Shinsuke.
Because of Shinsuke and who is possibly coming, which please y'all don't fumble that. Please bring him so we can get Shinsuke, Tama, and the Evil together and just run shop on SmackDown. So that team,
that is.
Huh?
Who is that?
I don't know, but thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Hi, friend Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, I thought she was going to sleep. Hey.
Welcome. Thanks for hanging tight. Yes, you played. You got us.
I'll wrap it up real quick. So I don't. Okay, TC1. There is about to be a TC2.
Is it Jay?
There has to be a successor. There has to be a successor because if he's retiring, there has to be a successor.
And
wait, who's
so
retiring?
when
Roman's retiring?
Yes.
I mean, in the next 3 years, he's got about 3 years.
He said he was leaving. This is his last contract. He want to go home and be a dad. You know, that kind of.
Yep.
And he wants to go to Hollywood, and he ain't gonna do the part-time thing that Rock did. He just gonna be gone.
So there has to be, when Roman's on screen, he is TC1.
Yep.
And that person who's gonna become TC2 will fall to the right-hand man position. It's not Jay.
Jimmy.
Yes, finally.
About time.
Finally. Is Rikishi going to allow that to happen?
And I have Rikishi. I love you. I love you, but I need you to just
step back.
Yeah, he be talking too much. I know.
Because you showed leaked something on your show, and I need you to stop leaking stuff, Rikishi. Just please. But there is going to be a storyline that is gonna start when you see the Usos face the New Day, then you'll start to notice it. Jay reverting back to what everybody's been calling the 2020 Jay Uso.
Crash out Jay.
Crash out Jay
is meant for a reason, and we'll start to see that mental psyche of Jay really get dark real quick.
We going back to 2020, Jay. Oh God. Okay.
No, we going beyond that. What we're about to see with Roman and the twins is going to be more vicious than what we saw before.
Wow.
Yay. Because I was like, well, here's why. I told y'all I got a thing for bad guys. Here's my thing. You can't go back and be the same. You got to be harder. And for me, the Usos are more effective when they are less
funny, comical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Even though I love the comedy. Don't get me wrong. I love y'all together. I love them talking, period. But when they have that aggressive thing, like even when the bloodline became aggressive, that was not a joke. That was not funny. It was like, we are ready to come and do and like break and all the things. And I was ready.
So y'all remember how Rock Roman was during the build to 40? That's what I'm talking about, that times 2.
Oh.
So leading into that, Roman, if you remember the whole I don't want to see y'all till Christmas thing, right?
Yep.
Roman,
did he see that?
No, he didn't. The reason that, well, he did, but he didn't speak to them. But the reason that he got mad at them and said that is because he needs to, on this journey, this part of his journey, he has to do it by himself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be the one to do it. That's why everybody's right. He didn't send the Usos to get the respect.
No.
Culturally, Punk has to, the offender has to say, I'm sorry, so the deceased can hear it. That's part of the
Right.
culture, right?
I thought so.
So now, what Roman is this? Well, Triple H actually told us what Roman we're getting. He said Roman is the new cerebral assassin. So now Roman has, look at how Roman's dressing. He ain't coming out how he used to dress. If you go back and look how Triple H used to dress in the days, I know y'all didn't.
That's how you know you live, right? That's how you know.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I'm telling y'all, you know we done had way too much fun today.
Okay, let me wrap it up so I can go on mute. What I'm trying to say is, when Triple H said that at the end of the last PLE, and he said that Roman was becoming the new cerebral assassin. If you go even further back, I can't remember what PLE it was. He told us, Triple H, told us that the Roman we were going to get in the following year was going to be a brand new chapter for Roman, where he would have to, I'm about to sell y'all for real. And so that's the Roman we're seeing now. If you go back and look at Triple H in the, I want to say like 2000s, 99, 2000s, what was Triple H wearing? He was wearing hoodies with dicky jackets, some leather, really loose fitting jeans and pants. And it was all about the mic work and the mental game. That's why Roman said what he said after Punk left the ring. He said, oh, you say one thing to him and he snaps. Who's really in whose head? Because Roman is not going to react. The old Roman, Gold Glove Roman, would have beat the hell out of Punk on sight. It wouldn't have been no words, especially when he tried to stop Roman from getting out the ring. He would have killed Punk. But this Roman has a different purpose. This Roman is trying to regain some respect that he thinks he lost. And he said it to the crowd. I'm not who I used to be, but I can be maybe one day. Right. And so that's the Roman we're seeing now. He could have told Jay and Jimmy in that backstage segment, I want y'all to go out and take out Punk or soften him up. But he didn't. He said, go get that sorry for y'all. Go get the apology for y'all.
Yeah.
Go be who y'all need to be. But remember, this is about family now. So that's the Roman we're seeing right now. It's not the reactionary Roman. It's the, I'm about to play with your heart. Ooh, I'm going to put you out.
I think that also plays into what Punk's saying, because Punk always told Seth and Roman, you guys have never beat me. Never. One-on-one, you can't take me. And so, yeah, if Roman can beat him clean by himself at Mania, that dispels that theory.
And he better.
Candace, thank you for bringing that up, because the one time that Roman did beat Punk, it was Dean Ambrose at the time that caused the distraction, and then Seth came into it, and then Roman was able to spear Punk and pin him at the old school Raw some years ago. Go look it up. It ain't on the WWE vault, because where the hell is the library? None of us know. But
missing in action.
Missing. But that's
I will
the Roman
started. If it's on Raw, it's in Netflix. Some of the ones are starting to appear on Netflix for Raw. Right. Now SmackDown, we are on our own, but you better get you a
Peacock still.
It wasn't there last time I checked.
No, I'm watching it right now. I got to put it.
Really? Because I was trying to go back in time and it was like missing. I was like, oh my God.
No, it's back on there. All 27 seasons are on Peacock.
Back. Okay, I know.
Before we leave, can we just talk about that amazing opening with Ova? I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Amazing. You are amazing. Absolutely amazing. One of the best openings of Raw in a long time.
It
was like my favorite. That's one of the things I said. Clearly somebody new's in charge. Because that opening said, I'm back, I'm new, y'all ready, pay attention. Because I was like, y'all, somebody need to tell me when Raw's about to be cooking with gas. Because it wasn't welcome to Monday Night Raw. And I was like, hallelujah. Stop saying that to me. Okay? I don't want to be welcomed. I want to be into the story. This is one of the things I love about AEW. When they start the show, they start the show. Like, you immediately go into these promos with people. You immediately go into the story. You're not just about to be like, well, welcome to the fact that you are all watching a show. Like, I know. I pressed play. Can we just continue? So, no, I loved the way that they presented Oba. I was like, listen, did he get bigger? Because hold up.
Know what it was? He had his dreads out. That's what made it seem like he was bigger. Okay? Okay? Because his dreads was out and flowing and curly and all the great stuff. Okay?
Okay. Where are they getting them from? Because geez, Louise. I was here, I was like, oh, I can do the dance. My kids was like, what are you doing? I was like, dancing? I'm excited. Like, Oba is on my screen. Like,
Well, and it's the camera angle. Like, give me more of the camera coming from
You know what? Stop it
underneath
right now.
him.
Right now. Right now. No. No.
It was good. It was
I
good.
mean,
It was great.
but
It was
I will say, are we surprised though? Because I know I wasn't surprised that he was going for Brock.
no, we knew that was happening.
No,
But
but it was still good.
it was still good how they did it, especially
the way they set Seth up was nice.
yes. Because even Seth was like, I'm gonna step to you, but I'm gonna roll away. See you later.
He was like, I ain't scared.
Not even that. Seth even stood as I watched Seth stood there like, I could have planned this myself. This was just great. Like, you know, I'm just gonna stay
Maybe
here.
he did.
I was just say maybe he did. I think the way he responded was like he knew what was happening.
He did.
Oh yeah,
And
for
he
sure.
put up a post 2 days ago where he's you see Oba go and take Brock and he's going. He's like, you know, so I think.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yes, I do
hinting that
remember
he
him
made
doing
that a part of
something.
it.
But
I think so.
if you watched him, immediately I watched him and I was like, why he don't look scared? And I kept screaming at the screen, you're not medically cleared. Like, dude, you're still not medically cleared. Like, he could hear me. I know I was screaming at him. But I was like, what are you doing? Why are you still there? And then you could hear the announcers talking about, oh, he's not medical. We know. Why is he still
right?
Like, but then you saw him like take his foot off the gas. Like, he was just sitting there. And then, like, even as he was feeding them, Brock, the people in the ring, he just was like, as soon as Brock got close enough, there was not even an ounce of fear on his face. And I was like, he up to something. And then the light came on. And I was like, well, this was smart. I was psyched. I ain't going to play. Like, it was this. And then it was Roman looking at me. And I was like, what is happening? This is my favorite show.
You know what? That's what happens when you know who you up against.
Right.
Seth knew that what does Paul throughout his whole career, what does he do when someone runs a foul to him? He goes to Brock.
He does.
That is true.
He goes to Brock. And Seth knew he was going to go to Brock. So what if Seth said, I see your hand and I'm going to up you.
That's right.
And let me go make a Nigerian friend who's big and juicy and delicious and have him come out and meet your moose knuckle of a beast and serve him up real quick and just give us women the big meaty match that we need.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. All right.
And Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman needs an Emmy. That man deprived himself of sleep. He did not.
He did. I was like, what is happening?
He took a dog and gave himself pink eye. I don't know how he did it,
Crazy.
but he did.
I said the same thing. How he give himself pink eye?
So I'm just saying, shout out to Paul, because you need an Emmy when you lock into a storyline. This is the difference between Paul personally investing in a storyline versus whatever the hell he been doing with them, the vision.
The one non-vision.
Right.
The stigmatism, as you call it. It's just not working. They need to just disband that situation. But I loved the way he said, like, nah, I'm going to end you. And I was like, ooh. It's like, okay, I'm down. Okay, with that, y'all, it has been 3 hours and 5 minutes, and we had such an amazing time with you ladies. Stacy, Candace, Russell, thank you so much for joining us. You made this panel one of my favorites ever. So happy I ain't got to work tomorrow.
Have fun.
I would have made it. But you guys have been such a delight. And so we want to, right before we wrap up, love for you guys to tell people where they can find you before we do our last script. So we'll start with Stacy, Candace, and Russell Faith. You can tell everybody where they can find you, your outlets, when you record, all the things like that. And we'll start
Amazing. Well, thank you for having me. Like, this was amazing beyond words. I mean, I 3 hours is a lot. I could have gone another 5. We could have been the AEW PLE. I'd have been all about it because we could have kept going, right? I just needed another dirty soda. We'd have been great. I'm on the Executives View team. The Executives View, we're on all social platforms. We do a total sports show on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. EST. I'm not on that team. I'm on the Backstage Business WWE podcast. Every single Wednesday night catches 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for having me. It was absolutely the best. Thank you.
We're going to have you come back.
Yes, absolutely.
Anytime.
Hey, Candace, where can they find you online?
I'm on Instagram, CAND349761 at gmail.com. You can find me there. So it's just as Candace. So you want to reach out, you're a fellow wrestling fan, love to talk to you. So that's where you can find me.
All right, Faith.
I'll be around. No, so
I know what. I'm too tired.
Oh,
I did not take it today, by the way.
The next time I'm on Midnight Confections, Confections, really? Anyway, if y'all welcome me back, I'm probably just not gonna drink, okay? But you can find me on Twitter at Erica P79. It's one of them.
We follow her, so you can just find her.
Yeah, just do it that way. But more than likely, every Monday, every Friday, every PLE, and when I'm on guest shows like the Main Event Mamas, thank you for having me. You can find me with my girls, Monty and Leslie, as Acknowledge the Dynasty podcast. You can find us through our website, atdpod.net. You can find us on Twitter. You can either search Acknowledge the Dynasty or at ATD23, Pod 23. And we are on YouTube as well. Please come and check us out. See if you like us. Vibe with us on what we call our island. Every Monday, every Friday, every PLE.
Awesome. It was a delight. I really can't tell you how much fun we had today because we really have rocked with y'all for 3 hours. I think now we know how it feels when we go on other people's shows and they're like, wow, we're stuck here. Like, how do we leave? Feeling?
Sorry.
Y'all are magic. No apologies necessary.
Yeah, no apologies necessary.
This is probably the longest that we've had people rock with us for like 3 hours. Like the 4 people still here, y'all some OGs. y'all
really love the girls because we love you. We appreciate the support for sure.
We do. So we want to remind you that this was Main Event Mama's Midnight Confessions. We do Midnight Confessions every other Thursday at 9 p.m. ish, because it's so 15, 30, 45. But stay tuned to our socials. You know how we do. You can also.
I ain't gonna lie, normally it's because of me, but it's okay.
I'm not even. You know what? That's true. Sometimes you might just see me coming on, but other times I just eat dinner while I wait for her. That's all. It's fine. Fine. I'll work out just fine. So anyway, you can find us there. You can also stay tuned. We have a brand new episode coming out tomorrow. A new Mama's Timeout. We are putting Tyra Banks on trial for the travesty, some say allegedly, of America's Next Top Model. So stay tuned. That'll drop tomorrow afternoon-ish because you know what? I got to edit that. So just stay tuned. But it's going to be fun. It's a blast. You get not just Kiara and Tanisha, you get our baby sister Kevlin as well. Maybe even a baby sighting or two. I don't know. You never know. Mom life.
Who knows?
We don't know. So with that, we want to remind you, you can hit subscribe wherever you're watching us. That is on TikTok, that is on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, on Twitch, on Threads too, on Instagram. Make sure you like, hit subscribe, and comment. Please like this
and share.
And share, because we're still trying to get to 500 on YouTube. So come on, y'all. Y'all got take us there. We trying to go. And where can they listen to our podcast in general, Tanisha?
So if you do not want to see our beautiful faces, which I'm not quite sure why, but you can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, Pocket Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube Music. And then you can also individually follow me, Tanisha, at Tanisha_MamaPod on Instagram and on TikTok. Kiara at Kiara MamaPod, no underscore or space, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yeah. And then and then on Twitter, you can find her, or X, you can find her as Content Vixen.
Yes. I am.
And don't forget to check out our website at www.maineventmamaspodcast.com, where you can request to be a panel member. Leave us a voicemail. Always stay respectful, because we will call you out, mainly me. As well as email us, send a message, a comment, encouraging words, what you think we could do better. We'll take that in advisement. As well as our merch store. As you can see, Kiara wearing our beautiful sweatshirt.
It's so warm, y'all. I don't even know. It's magic. It's warm.
Especially since we had the spring of the deception, and now we're back in winter. So,
Mother Nature. Thank you.
I think I covered it all there.
You did, but don't forget, you can check out our blogs. There is new blogs dropping every week. I do Raw recaps. I'd love to tell you I do SmackDown recaps, but I'm gonna tell you I'll be asleep on Friday, so I ain't no guarantee that I'm gonna do that. But definitely Raw recaps. You can also follow us at the Facebook squad, where I drop my mini recaps. So if you just want to know what's on top of mind for Kiara when she finishes Raw, like Roman giving me a heart attack, that was there. Also pictures of my screen, because I want you to enjoy the look on his face, because it was a moment. And then also you can join our Patreon, where you can support us and support our podcast. It is also where you get newsletters, behind the scenes footage, so much stuff there for our Patreons. You can be a free member or you can pay. That's a lot to go through, y'all.
And be like our number one fan over here, Candace, okay? Because that girl right there.
Ding, ding. We love us some Candace, y'all. She's how we cover AEW just for you. And who knows? Maybe you can also join our panel and hang out with us. We're going to be doing another one around WrestleMania season, so you can see when we discuss that. And with that, we want to say we're not new to this.
We're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mama's Midnight Confessions.